Hey everyone, sorry about that. I ended up having like some issues with the stream. I was trying out like OBS because it seemed like performance-wise it was a little more easy to use, but I think I screwed up. So before that, I might do I think tomorrow I might do like a private test stream tomorrow to see if it works. Cause I don't like having to like use like this one I've got. Hey Scion, I'm thinking of doing a live stream. Thinking of doing honestly, I don't know. Like, I probably like want to do like either one of the other Star Ocean games first, because I still have 4 to finish. In fact, we haven't even got anywhere close to anywhere in that game. But yeah, like I was saying, I was gonna try using like OBS, but it didn't exactly work. So that's why I need to try and get that fixed. So I might do like a private stream tomorrow to see if I can get that sorted out. It'd be like a stream that no one can get to, just so everyone knows that. Let's see. I need to go to my Facebook page and get that sorted out. That's a good idea. What's a good idea? What, like, do like a private stream to test my other setup, or Star Ocean? Because I still have that to finish. Once I get the chance to edit the rest of the footage. I'm a little bit miffed off of that. I should have like done a bit more testing beforehand, but that's what happens though. You can't do much. The setup, yeah. Honestly, I might do that tomorrow, so hopefully that will go a bit more better. Also, just seeing if Rich is gonna come on in a minute. Oh yeah, he said he's gonna be 5 minutes, so he's on his way. What I'll do is I'll just adjust the call for us, so there we go. So I've just configured the call. And I'll get the thing set up for you, so shut up, fucking corpse party! God damn it, you're being too loud!
God damn it.
I mean, for the moment, I might just use this for lighter streams, just depends, but like I was testing it out yesterday with Simpsons Hit and Run. It ran much better, which is weird. And Leon can vouch for that. She was there for like most of the Simpsons Hit and Run stuff, and that game was like running like a bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get the music turned off and get us straight into the game.
The guy move.
Richard can join when he gets here, so back to where we left off. Encounters! Or encounter. Fish.
Tar.
Let's see. Tenjin 5. Is that a 23 or is it a 33? Mr. Yamazaki's handwriting is atrocious. This really wasn't my day. I knocked over my alarm clock this morning and of course it stopped working. The very last pork sandwich sold out right before my eyes during lunch. Now for Ms Yui's backstory and how she knows about Heavenly Host. She doesn't exactly know about it. It's just like the school has some hauntings in it, I think. And I was roped into a favor when I happened upon my homeroom teacher, Mr. Yamazaki, long after the school day had ended. So now, like it or not, I was on my way to deliver some notes to Ms Yui, our home TA, who was out sick with a cold. I have to make sure I apologize to Yuka later, as long as she doesn't steal phones again. I know how disappointing she'll be that I'm missing our shopping date. Tenjin 523, number 11. Found it! As long as it doesn't actually read 633, number 77 anyway. I stopped and compared the memo in my hand with the apartment building in front of me. It was 2 stories tall and looked a little on the shabby side, probably about 20 years old. It didn't seem very solid, nor was it particularly stylish or chic. It was completely unremarkable structure in every way. Oh yeah, that reminds me. In case some people don't know, well, one person here will probably know. I managed to actually extract some of the Corpse Party character models. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them, so I have to wait until Corpse Party 2U comes out. So, but fingers crossed though, I've already started like recreating some brand new designs. Anyway, apartment 207, or was that 201? I was really getting fed up with this handwriting, and from a teacher no less. In any case, it seems certain the apartment was on the second floor. So I trudged up the startlingly narrow steep steps. The metal staircase was thoroughly blocked with patches of rust, patches. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Why would someone live in such a rundown apartment? It turns out it was actually really easy to get the stuff. All I needed to use was a program called Quick BMS and a certain script. And then it was like stupidly easy to do from there. So fingers crossed the rest of them won't be, they won't be in any other format. As long as they stay in like BCXs, I should be fine. Oh, teachers' salaries really that low? Oh god, teachers probably have like the worst salaries ever. I felt a little sorry for her, but in a way, in a way, I felt kind of bad for her, but in a way, this place kind of fit her personality. Yes, she's poor. With that thought in mind, I turned my attention towards apartment 201. Here we are, 201. Yeah, this doesn't look right. Doesn't look like Ms Yui's place. The door plate for the room nearest the stairs had a name I didn't recognize scribbled on it. Guess that means we'll try door number 2. Passing room 02, I continued down the narrow walkway towards the end. Wandering alone around an apartment building I'd never been to before made me feel kind of nervous. That explains why Ms Yui lives in the apartment, because she doesn't get paid much as a teacher. You're very right. It wasn't like I was doing anything wrong, but my back still tensed up as I maneuver around the piled up strollers, plastic toys, and bundles of newspapers. And then finally, I arrived at the last door. Bingo! This was it. I breathed a sigh of relief. The door plate for apartment 207 read Shishido. For an adult's handwriting especially, the letters were rounded and overly cutesy. Coming in with little nods to Corpse Party, Hey, it's Lemon! Hi, Lemon!
Hey.
Haven't seen you since the Q&A stream! This was Ms Yui's place, alright. What's this? I leaned in to read something written in a small script on the corner of the door plate. Beware of... cat? Should that be beware of dog? That's Ms Yui for you. So how exactly does one beware a house cat? Is it even possible for a house cat to be threatening? Unless it hasn't been domesticated. Anyway, I'd confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was Ms Yui's place, so my errand was nearing its end. What was Mr. Yamazaki thinking anyway? I understand taking handouts to sick classmates, but delivering class notes to the home of an absent teacher? Hey, Beans. We're apparently Beans.
Bean time.
That just seems weird. This isn't something a student should be doing. He said he was busy with meetings, though, and really needed one of his students to help out. But was it really okay to entrust a school student with confidential class notes? Wouldn't it be kind of a problem if I were to read these? My mind kept drifting from one question to another, and I'd become acutely aware of the inherent value in these notes I held in my back. But tempting as it was, I just couldn't bring myself to look at them. Mr. Yamazaki put his faith in me, after all. Please don't make me hungry. I already ate lunch already. I can't help you with that. And I was stronger than that. I couldn't let this get the best of me. Anyway, I was here. I should have just been able to drop the notes and be on my way. Putting all my doubts and misgivings aside, I rang the doorbell. And then I waited. And waited. And waited some more. But there was no answer. Huh? It did ring, didn't it? Ms Yui! I rang the doorbell again and also tried calling out. Want some noodles? I caught them in my hand. My hand's red now. But there was still no response. What should I do? Maybe she's sleeping. I don't want to wake her, but I'm a little concerned. When we heard that Ms Yui was staying home sick today, we were all pretty disappointed. That's why part of me was actually a little happy that I was asked to run these over her. I figured I'd be able to check in, see how she was doing, and let everyone at school know that she was feeling better. Never occurred to me that I might not even be able to see her though. Ms Yui! Ms Yui! Nothing, huh? Ms Yui! Hello? Hello, it's Richard.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Hey!
I want some noodles, but I'm sadly not in the mood. Aw.
Did somebody say noodle?
Shut up!
No, you shut up!
No, you shut up!
No, you!
No, you!
No,
She was probably asleep or out of the doctors or something, but what if she were hurt? Good old Richard in the house. I tried to open the mail slot and peeked in. I thought maybe I can get a glimpse of the room inside.
Wait a minute, I'm not old!
Not yet.
So, Ryder says science to it. Lemon says, I have an egg named Richard. I'm so proud he has become sentient. Ms Yui? I felt kind of wrong peeking into someone's house without their permission. But I was legitimately worried about Ms Yui's health, so my conscience was clear on this. Ah! Oh, a cat!
Oh my god, it's Beerus!
That's not Beerus. That's not a Siamese. That's not a Japanese cat.
But it's in Japan.
Doesn't mean. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of an Egyptian cat.
You human, get me pudding!
A well-groomed cat was facing the door and staring back at me. With its head tilted slightly to the side, it let out an adorable meow. Aww.
So cute.
This must be the cat I was instructed to beware. And since Ms Yui was always going on about her little buddy, I was pretty sure I remember his name. You're Merit, right? Oh no, it's Monet, I think. Yeah, Monet. What a pretty kitty you are, Monet. Destroy with fire!
No, he's so cute.
Ms Yui talked about her cat a lot in class, so pretty much the whole school had heard of him. She even had some tins of cat food hidden on the shelves in the classroom, probably because she bought too much and had no room for them in her apartment. Hey, kitty, Monet? Monet, is Ms Yui home? If she's home, would you mind waking up for me? That's a good kitty. Yeah, that didn't think that would work. My throat is saying I felt defeated. Felines are evil, we must not trust it. It'll probably bad end and the cat eats you.
It's a funny thing with Japan is that they really do like their cats. Specifically one cat named Tama. Because of one of the stations in Japan called in Wakayama, they basically got a train instructor, where the cat was a station master to get revenue for the trains.
Hey, cat's getting money.
Oh, I think I've heard of that cat, actually.
Yeah.
With a quick twist, I turned it and pushed on the door, opening it easily. Huh? It wasn't locked. Crap, that's not good. Can't let Mona get out.
Aww.
Your master's pretty careless, huh? Even the door unlocked like that. Monet's whiskers tweaked as I called out to him from the entranceway. What's that, you say? She purrs? Yeah. Yeah, you and I are on the same page, Monet. He was talking to a cat. Was this what I'd become? Who does the door unlock just asking to get robbed? What should I do? I was feeling pretty uneasy. Not only had I peeped into someone's home, I walked in without a second thought. Oh, this was where Ms Yui lived. Alone. In other words, a woman's apartment. No matter how many times I reminded myself that I was here on an errand, I couldn't help feeling that not only I crossed the line, but leaped over it. Ms Yui! I tried calling her name one last time. As expected, there was no answer. So what now? I was trying hard to avoid being too nosy, but my eyes inevitably began surveying the room.
Grab everything you can!
The apartment entrance led led out immediately into the kitchen. Beyond there was a slide door to some other room. I could see light through the gaps. I strained my ears, but there was nothing to hear. No signs of life whatsoever. Ms Yui must really have been out. One more time. I'll try calling out to her one more time, just to quell my concerns. Eat all the food.
What food? How do you think she got so skinny?
I felt like I'd seem more suspicious if I stayed silent. If it was me, I'd all that sheet. Ms Yui, it's Mochita. Still nothing. Maybe she was asleep on the other side of that door. Let's just have a little look-see then. Wait. Shaking my head furiously, I cast out that sudden impulse. That was a terrible idea, pure and simple. Entering the apartment unannounced was bad enough, but walking all the way in, open that sliding door and peeking inside was way too much. Well, damn. Man, if Ms Yui happened to come home and find me standing here, I'd be in pretty hot water, huh? No scratch there, being plenty dense, scalding water. One mewed as if in agreement. Panicking, I once again surveyed my surroundings. I felt almost like there were eyes on me, staring with disdain. But of course, nobody was there. I never call cosplay being so peaceful. I thought it was a spoopy game. You have to give it time. It's building up to it. Oh right, I can just leave a note. Little did Satoshi realize she was drunk. Maybe. Wondering why I didn't figure this sooner. I dug into my bag for some paper and a pen. Mr. Yamazaki asked me to come by. That should be enough, right?
Dear everyone, I decided to become her. Love Spider-Man.
I'll just use some I'll just use some notebook paper. Let's see, Ms Yui. Crouching in the doorway, I ran my pen across the page. I brought class notes at Mr. Yamazaki's behest. Everyone has been worried about you. Sorry about barging into your apartment. Please don't forget to lock your door from now on. Cosplays have always been spooky and terrifying because of its death. And as I was writing the note, I sensed the presence in front of me. Until just a moment ago, this house had no signs of human life in it. But now I could view someone standing directly ahead of me. Standing and looking down at me. Huh? Fidgeted nervously, I put down my pen, raised my head slowly. And I saw a white, slender ankle. Ah! Ah, it's Ms Yui! Run! Shocked. I shot my head up and there. Stand before you. Was Ms Yui. Yep, I definitely shit myself. Quiet, cat! I have cosplay on Steam. I was too scared to continue after I saw all the children's shoes. Titties!
Titty time.
Ms Yui? She was looking right at me, but seemed decidedly out of sorts. Her hair looked disheveled. Her gaze was unsteady, and her pajamas were in a complete disarray. She was like a completely different person from the usual chemmed educator we come to know and love. Ms Yui, I'm sorry to have entered your apartment without permission. Here. I stood up frankly and held out the notes I'd been writing. But... Huh? Ms Yui was just standing there, stupefied, with a completely vacant expression on her face. That's how I look when I wake up from sleeping. Ms Yui? I called out to her as gently as I could, but... She was really dazed. She seemed almost like a ghost. Ms Yui, what happened to you? I had a sudden uneasy feeling, worried. I walked up to Ms Yui, grabbed her shoulders, and tried to snap out of it by shaking her. But instead... This seems to have made her cough. There's no snores in that! Hey, Ms Yui? These were wet, productive coughs, and spit was shooting out of Ms Yui's mouth with each one. I finally tried to shield my face from the spray, but my reaction time wasn't quick enough. Ew, dude, gross. I put my hand to her cheek and found it thick with slimy film of saliva. Damn, Richard, you and your snore, man. Are you okay?
It's called a skronk. The warrior, the ultimate warrior made it.
No one cares.
Fuck you!
Are you okay, Ms Yui? Ms Yui hobbled back a little, then fell to her knees with a thud. She completely sprawled out in the hallway and sprawled out in the hallway, moaning and groaning the whole time. Ms Yui? Wiping the splatterings from my own face, I leaned over and took a bad look at hers. Why does she sound like Goofy?
Hi there, Matrita.
Get out of here! Get back to normal!
Would you like to buy a box of condoms?
It was bright red. Strained breathing, a stuffy nose, and visibly high fever on top of it all. She was sick as could be.
I'm cold.
Cold? But you're dripping with sweat! Ms Yuri is sleepwalking with Goofy and Vegeta-like voice. Stop it! Alex says, stop it.
It's cold.
I thought maybe a sweat had cooled her down, but then realized her disheveled pajamas certainly weren't doing her any favors. With heart pounding a mile a minute and her face red as a traffic light, I said about buttoning her up. Miss Yui, you know who this is, right? It's Machida from school. Put pants on, woman. If you're cold, you need to sleep under the covers. Otherwise, you won't get any better. She absentmindedly extended her shaking arms like a zombie, slowly reopened her eyes and looked up at me. It was the gaze of a severely fevered mind. Miss Yui,
It's Tsukasa! Yeah, that's
what?
That's...
Ah!
Tsukasa! Tsukasa!
Miss Yui was clinging to me tightly. I couldn't move. I was frozen in shock. She began to weep.
You've come for me, Tsukasa.
Who's Tsukasa?
What a lovely surprise. I'm, so glad you're here.
Miss Yui, wait, you've got the wrong person. It seemed like I wasn't getting through to her at all. And the sensation of her chest as she held me was making it virtually impossible to fight her grip. Oh, it's this kind of game. It's not Lemon, I swear it isn't. I was utterly powerless against this opponent. I never realized before just how soft a woman's chest really was. God, am I that weak-willed? I had to remind myself that Miss Yui had me confused with someone else. Mustering all the strength I could, I gripped her arms and tried to pry them off me. But she was a lot stronger than I anticipated and wouldn't let me go.
All I can think is just in his head is, wait a minute, I got an idea. Get the whistle.
I've seen hentai before, man. I can tell. It's not hentai! This game is too...
I was so scared, Tsukasa. I'm so scared.
Scared? That says saddle shit, you idiot. As she squeezed me tightly, I felt as though my upper body might collapse under the pressure of her softest parts. I was blushing uncontrollably. Alex, stop it, Richard. Miss Yuri, please let go.
No, I won't.
Come on, Miss Yuri. I struggled to wriggle free, but Miss Yuri only grabbed me tighter. Our bodies were getting more and more intertwined, and every time I squirmed, Miss Yuri would just pull me in even closer.
Tsukasa.
Sasuke returned to the village. Stop it with the boobies! It's making me uncomfortable.
Titties.
I'm just making sure the chat is fine, so it isn't going to be blocking people. Because that's what I'm worried about. As her chest rose and fell frantically, droplets of sweat slid down into her cleavage. I could feel the heat of her fever radiating off of her steadily encroaching face, as well as the shoulders I grabbed in an effort to push away.
Stay with me here, Tsukasa. Please.
I'm telling you, you've got the wrong person!
Shut up, Tsukasa.
Questions were swirling around in my head. Why was Ms Yui crying? And who was this Tsukasa person? I was more concerned with the state of her pajamas, which had become even more disheveled during my struggle. Ms Yui, your pajamas, your pants!
Hmm?
They're sliding down!
Tsukasa, you're so warm.
Ms Yui, please! Raising another single will was getting through to her. I sighed rather resignedly. I'd taken care of Yuka any number of times when she caught a cold and drawn a fever, but I don't recall it ever getting this bad. Oh god, awkward moment. Ms Yui was usually calm, collected, rational. Who would have ever imagined that a fever could leave us so thoroughly discombobulated? Ms Yui, seriously, pull yourself together. Put more strength into my resistance, and finally, her arms relaxed just the tiniest bit. But her expression changed drastically.
No, please.
Ms Yui, I'm Sanashi Mochida. This is not
Please don't go. Please. I'm so depressingly alone.
Ms Yui was acting like a spoiled child. Slipping out of the shoes I'd still been wearing. I again drew close to her sprawled out form. There was no way I could just leave her here like this. I should hope none of this seems too sketchy after your fever breaks. Ms Yui let a lethargic groan, perhaps in response to my quiet murmurings. At my wit's end, I grabbed hold of her and did my best to carry her into the back room.
Thank you, Tsukasa. Maybe this medicine the doctor gave me should make me feel better.
What medicine?
It's like in these weird cans.
That's alcohol! Hey, it's Dots. Hey, Dots. Gently wheeling her over to her filled futon. I then carefully laid her down, making sure I didn't drop her in the process.
Then just fucking drops her.
Then there was the matter of anyone could have entered her apartment and see her like that? Nani? I hesitantly pulled up her pajama bottoms and brushed away the stray hairs that were plastered in her brow with sweat. Batista bomber. I've done my best to avoid seeing anything I shouldn't, but I am a guy, so my heart was pounding the whole time. Ms Yui's pajamas were soaked through with sweat. She really might have been better off if we changed the clothes altogether. But no, that would have been going way too far. Wish I could find a towel or something I could at least wipe some of that moisture away. Noticing the convenience store bag carelessly tossed to the floor, I glanced inside. Hey, she already bought code packs. Why wouldn't she use them? Jeez. Ms Yui, this might be a little cold, but bear with it, okay? Alright, I think that'll help. I placed one of the compressors on her forehead and pulled the covers over her. Ms Yui appeared almost instantly recovered. She exhaled contentedly, and her breathing became more relaxed. Finally, she was asleep. Oh, Sashi, trying to be the gentleman, but his natural man can't resist the body.
Tsukasa, pass me another beer.
Even in sleep, Ms Yui seemed to be suffering. Oh, Monat. Oh, Monat. Were you worried about your master? I don't blame you. Mr. Yamazaki said she was sick. I had no idea it would be this bad. No beer for you, Richard. Monat had coiled up on my legs without me noticing. I began absentmindedly speaking to him. He mewed in response, and our conversation ended there, as my gaze was still fixed squarely on Ms Yui. What the fuck, Rich? So, what do I do now? Ms Yui? Are you okay to be alone right now? That's not a snore, that was a groan! She wasn't in any condition to respond, but... Ms Yui? Ms Yui's head had slipped up from under the futon and was gently grazing my... Oh wait, no, her hand, not her head. Fucking hell. Grazing my pants leg. Hey!
Yeah.
Her grip was more weaker than before, but I knew I'd probably regret it if I went home now. Ms Yui just seemed really lonely. Well, guess I'll settle down then. Richard's snoring might be louder than mine. I agree, no beer for Richard. Wrapped the still Miss Yui's hold on me. I took a seat beside her. For the time being, I figured I'd watch over her and make sure her condition didn't worsen. Occasionally, Miss Yui's breathing would become ragged, and she'd furrowed her brow. She was in a pretty bad way. Poor thing. Wasn't there anything else I could do? I glanced quietly down the hallway. I also noticed that she seems to have some weird stuff in her flipping drawers. I don't know why she has these things in here, but
Wait a minute, I think I got the idea. If I put this pillow over her head, that's more corpse party.
No, it's not! That's Silent Hill! I noticed when I carried Miss Yui here that the kitchen near the entrance was perfectly neat and tidy. There wasn't any indication that it had been used that day at all. I wonder if she's been in anything. My lens gaze shifted suddenly. I followed and saw pet bowls laid out in the corner of the room. Oh hell yeah, Silent Hill it! Which reminds me, I actually need to finish Silent Hill 1. I didn't finish it on the channel, so I might actually do a completed run of that for a stream. One dish was filled to the brim with water, and the other was piled high with dry cat food. Also, never seen Silent Hill, but it sounds like a game I could get into. It's good. The only problem is though, it's that the first one's on PlayStation 1, so you would either need to get it on PS3, PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita, or emulate it on your computer. I see someone's eating well around here, huh? Even delirious with fever. She must be thinking of H2O delirious. She's not getting too much H2O. That was just a stretch. I made that joke. She's still...
Yeah.
I really stretched that joke too far. She's still taking the real good care of you. That's not good. Miss Yui, you should be thinking about your own meals first. Then the cat will get angry then. I shook my head at the whole situation, then glanced down at Monet, who was tilting his head as if trying to understand me. I broke into a wry smile, and when I pulled out the code packs, I did notice some cheap convenience store food in the bag as well. I guess that was going to be her food for the day, not exactly the best stuff to eat when you're sick.
I think I get what's going on here. Monet the cat is actually holding Miss Yui hostage, feeding him first before Miss Yui, and Miss Yui's malnutritioned.
There's rice.
Malnourished. That's the word.
There's rice and eggs at least. I feel like I'd be like that lady when I met a lonely cat lady that attacks people for a hug. Maybe I'll make egg porridge or something. Miss Yui, may I borrow your kitchen? Her face was bright red, and with her half pain, half content noises providing me with no clear cut answer to my question. Don't think I'm gonna get much out of her. How about you, Monet? Do I have your permission to use the kitchen? What if Monet is actually Machi in disguise and waiting to kill her for the very moment? Machi doesn't exist! She's not real! She's non-canon! Excellent, thank you. Monet's cries help as assuage my guilt over entering a woman's apartment and bothering her kitchen. Not that I had any reason to feel guilty. I don't think, anyway. I mean, circumstances were what they were. Still, I had this nagging sense that I should have somehow felt bad about what I was doing. Who's Machi? Some evil spirit girl from another corpse party game. A non-canon one, to say the least. Excuse me, please, Ms Yui. I'm gonna need to get up. One by one, I gently peeled off each of the fingers latching onto my pant leg. The expression on her face changed as I was doing so, from content rest to mild annoyance, but there was nothing to indicate that she might wake up. Alright then, let's see what we can do, shall we? As I stood up.
Back here, Tsukasa!
Oh, time to go now!
Don't you run away from me!
Was that Ms Yui that ran out of her apartment? I think she was chasing someone as well. Help! Call the police! Not today, Satan. As I stood on Mona mewed happily and began tagging along at my heels. It's Ms Yui, Rich.
Achoo!
And Ms Yui, now resting by herself in the bedroom, let out a sudden sneeze. When are we going back in time? Oh, finally.
We are now in the future!
Past.
Past future. This Ms Yui, sorry, I can't see the thing.
You're scaring my cat. Yep, you can be Tome, Leon.
Who are they?
They're her friends. They don't think they have faces. You're Tome.
Come on, Yui.
Gross. I just got sprayed.
Sorry. I just got a real tickle on my nose today for some reason.
Ugh, honestly.
Tissues. Where did I put them?
Oh wow, did I get that much on you? Here, use one of mine. It's the least I can do.
Great. Don't mind if I do. What was she Wait, Masako? I don't know if that's supposed to be. Oh, it's a girl. Wait, is it? Well, what? I will never know because they don't have faces. What? She was talking to me. May I have one too, please?
Let's see. Here we go.
Thanks.
You guys really should keep extras with you, you know?
Well, sorry.
Honestly.
So, like, what were we talking about again?
You remember? We were talking about what it's like to be seniors now. Duh.
Oh, I know, right? Can it really be just one more year before we become Mexican?
I think you mean graduate.
No,
I think we're graduate.
we said seniors, not senior.
Oh.
While graduating is important, and becoming Mexican isn't, don't forget there's life afterwards to think about as well.
Dot says, wait a minute, senor! Richard wants to be Mexican. I am not surprised.
Our careers.
No, maybe I don't want to think about that.
Tough shit. Well, there's a reason we'd be subjected to all those career counseling sessions. And it's because our futures are just big question marks right now.
No kidding. What am I gonna do with our lives? It's scary. Any ideas, Yui? Have you any plans for the future?
Actually, I've got it all figured out.
What?
Well, don't leave us hanging, girl. Out with it, girl.
That's it. I recall Richard, Senor Richard.
Muchas gracias, senor.
Well...
Ah! She falls out the window.
My name is Yui Shishido. I'm 17 and my dreams to become an... Ah! No. A teacher.
Make memes, ruin dreams. Oh wait, it's the great boxes. I gotta go back to doing this again. I butt into the lives of others without a second thought and spend most of my time doing nothing important.
Oh my god, get this voice out of my head!
But I believe that even someone like me can make her dreams come true with enough hard work. Who are you, voice in my head?
Make it stop!
Kisaragi Academy 5 years ago. The cherry blossoms were in bloom and the rustling wind carried with it the sort of warmth of the season.
I don't even use all this vocabulary in my real life, oh my god.
I was a high school senior now. I was devoting myself to my studies in preparation for the day my dream would become reality.
Wait, that voice sounds familiar. Isn't that kid that was going around murdering people?
No. Ms Yui is like, what the fuck, oh my god, law, am I fat? And that dream was to become an English teacher. My grades were on the fence for getting into the university I wanted though. So my best bet was to score a special recommendation from the academy.
Is that you, Morgan Freeman?
I am Morgan Freeman.
That was a lucky break. When
I nearly died that time!
When I got called to the office, I had no clue what it might be about.
I like that version. That was a lucky break, and he died that time! After school one day, I was summoned to the teacher's staff room. I was freaking out that maybe I'd fail, or my grades wouldn't be good enough for the school I wanted to go to, or something terrible like that. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. But it turned out my fears were for naught.
You have no rival in our academy. You have no rival in our academy, they said. So if you keep working hard, we'll be happy to give you a recommendation.
Not a cowboy! No!
Man, was that ever a pick-me-up? I feel like I could take on the world right now. The world! Oh! No, I'm gonna have to make sure I don't let this slip me by. So, this trash can. Why exactly is it so ridiculously heavy again?
I reckon. God damn it! Damn it, Lemon!
Carrying this beast to the dumpster is gonna be the death of me.
Hey.
Hmm?
I turned around, still holding the garbage can. The voice belonged to a male student I had never spoken with before. I'd seen him around a lot, though. His name was Tsukasa Mikuni, from Class 7. Watch your step, there's a root sticking out of the ground here. It's pretty easy to trip on.
Huh? Ah!
She's fucking dead.
Lemon gave me her Texan approval.
What? Ow. You fucking asshole, help me up! What do you think I did? Laughing at someone else's misfortune.
Well, it's...
It's not funny! Stop it! Shouldn't you be asking if I'm okay or something?
My bad.
Oh, you don't have to help clean up. You'll get your hands dirty.
Don't worry about it. It's the least I can do after laughing like that.
Thanks.
No problem. That should be everything, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Cool. Let's go then.
Huh? Ah!
I remember her well, even now. This is my first time talking with Tsukasa, and he left a strong first impression on me.
That's really kind of you. Isn't it heavy, though?
Wouldn't be surprised that Tsukasa is actually Sadashi's dad or uncle, and Ms Yui his mama. Okay, I can consider Sadashi and Tsukasa actually do share similar looks. Consider the fact this is 5 years ago, I don't think that's the case.
Ms Yui, like, in the story, is like 22 or something, if she's 17 here.
Yeah, so that wouldn't make sense. Not exactly.
Now, I'm the one assigned to take it. Maybe I should...
It's fine, really. There, everything's in place.
Thank you so much. You are a huge help.
Catch you around.
Hey, hold up!
Hmm?
I feel like I should, do something nice for you in return or something.
Don't worry about it. Your thanks is plenty.
Look, just wait for a second, okay?
Okay.
Let me just pull my top up.
Making a new friend is always great, but when it happens to be Tsukasa Mikuni, it's all the better. He'd he'd kind of been on my mind for a while now.
There we go.
Most of the times I'd see Tsukasa before this we were in the school courtyard. He spent a lot of time there sitting alone on the bench. Even after school or doing some vacation, if I happened to pass by, I would always see him there. Aggressive hugging! And after this little encounter, we go on to make many fond memories together. Yet somehow, the image of Tsukasa that stands out in most of my mind is of him sitting alone on that courtyard bench. Oh, Ms Yui, didn't know you're that kind of girl to show off your body to somebody like... You haven't seen the Scion and Friends play Corpse Party Let's Play, then? That's a beast of a Let's Play.
Yeah, you don't know about my other boyfriend, Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo, the plank of wood.
Yeah. Stiff as a board and needs a screw. For you, I hope Cafe au lait is alright.
Sure, I guess. Anything's fine. Really, thanks.
What? You know, it's customary when receiving a gift to quietly accept it without any offhanded remarks.
Yeah, that's a long one to explain, Lemon. Long story short, in like the Let's Play that's on my channel of Corpse Party, Ms Yui has a boyfriend who's a plank of wood. A literal plank of wood called Ronaldo. Well, aren't we a stickler for tradition? We walked to the bench together, sat down, and began making small talk.
On the bench, together.
That courtyard bench was sort of a mystical place. LMAO. The leaves rustled over your head, and if you closed your eyes and opened your ears, it felt as though you were in the middle of some forest. Ronaldo was as flat and flat as justice. Flat as justice. And if you looked straight up, the sunlight poured in through the leaves, and you almost felt like you were in the wood. Who's drinking beer?
This is just Coca-Cola.
Sure. I can see you, and it's clearly beer.
Wait a minute. You could see me?
Yeah, you left your
I'm calling the police.
No, if I run.
Everyone knows you're drinking beer, Richard. Everyone's angry at you. Well, Lemon is.
No, I'm not. I'm totally not. It's just water in a can.
Oh, it's a watering can. That courtyard bench was the beginning of youth and love, but it didn't last forever. Yeah, definitely didn't.
This is the first time I've ever actually sat on one of these benches.
It's pretty nice here,
In fact, come to think of it, this is the first time I've actually sat on a bench. It's lovely.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, so is that why?
Enough, Richard. You and your beer. It must be your girlfriend. Huh?
Well, you come here an awful lot, right? Like, even after school and during the summer vacation.
I sure do.
So you must really like this place then, huh?
No, I don't. I hate it.
Is that something they have in England? First milk in bags and water in cans. No, not actual water cans. Rich was making a joke about a watering can they used to water plants. Also, milk in bags. Is that a? Did we ever say something about milk in bags?
No, we got milk. We've got milk in cartons, and we got milk in like the
Bottles.
plastic containers.
And milk in bottles. We used to get milk. Used to be like a milkman that used to drive around the place and drop off
But
milk.
not milk in bags.
That's like weird. That then you got. Hey, look, guys, look what I've got. That's a Canadian thing. Ah, it's a Canadian thing.
So you must really.
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Yeah. So you must really like this place then, huh?
Yeah, I guess I do.
No, you don't.
What? Okay. Well then, here, there we go.
Just don't acknowledge that voice. That's some stalker that's been watching me for a while. The leaves rustled as a gentle breeze blew between us. We were both silent for a bit, but strangely, it didn't feel awkward or uncomfortable. So, aren't you gonna ask?
Ask what?
What I'm always doing here by myself or something?
Is it because you're trying to be a main protagonist in an anime or something? You're always here because you like the spot, right?
Okay, first off, you've got the wrong stereotype. That's main characters sit like by the window in their desk. You've got that wrong. And also, secondly, I don't know. Well, yeah.
Is there some other reason then?
You have a stalker waiting in watching saying my precious with them licking. Hi, precious golem. Text message. Not really.
So, what would be the point of me asking?
Well, you got me there. But people normally ask me if it's boring being here by myself, or tell me they don't get it, or say I'm a weirdo or something.
Really? I don't know. I guess I just don't think of it that way. The way I see it, if you like it here, then why not come here whenever you can?
Oh, this Ms Yui must be like the innocent Ms Yui before she met her boyfriend Ronaldo. Guess that makes you the weirdo then.
What?
Hey, don't make that face. Coming from me, that's a compliment.
What? Calling someone a weirdo is supposed to be a compliment?
You bet it is.
I'm leaving now.
Bye.
I'm sure I don't buy that. You're mean.
The expression on Tsukasa's face was a dead giveaway that he really enjoyed talking to me. And I've always loved the feeling I get when I know my words haven't helped brighten someone's day. I must have been spawned one hell of a goofy smile at that moment. Actually, there's a place at the school that I like even more than here.
Oh, where's that?
I'm not telling.
What?
It's my special place.
Which means it must be totally awesome, right?
Oh, over that though, you're in Kingdom Hearts. And we all know what happens when you're in that series. Yep.
Hey, Tsukasa! Get over here! We need to go get Sora!
Alright, I'll be with you in a second, Goofy.
I really want to see it. Come on.
Lemon says the girl's bathroom, and Dot goes, Narnia! No way, I can't spill the beans that easy. Besides, the view there isn't nearly as consistent. Laughing, Tsukasa finished up his drink, then grabbed the near empty trash can he carried to the dumpster for me. Get Sora to open the door of light. You treated me to coffee, so please allow me to take this up to the classroom for you.
What? Are you sure?
Also, never seen Kingdom Hearts. I'm a fake gamer girl. No, I'd say you're not, because like there was this one Twitch fart that literally gets big on like shaking her ass and playing games on Twitch, but you didn't know about Red Dead Redemption. How does no one know about Red Dead Redemption? It's fucking stupid. You bet.
Thanks. I'm in class.
Class 4, if I'm not mistaken. You're the famous Ms Yui Shishido, after all.
How did you...
You're that girl who already looks like she could be a teacher. I don't think there's a student in any of our 12 classes who doesn't know your name. I don't. Oh, no. Don't worry, it's fine.
What?
From then on, Tsukasa and I met in that courtyard many times. We didn't really talk in the halls, but something about that place spurred our conversations. Kaguya lot again?
Yep.
Doesn't that get a little old?
Not really.
That must be that cowboy. That must be that cowboy game. Oh, he is her stalker. Ms Yui got a stalker who she likes. Oh boy, run for the doors. You drink at least 2 a day though, right?
Hey, how do you know that?
Seeing with my own eyes, there's a perfect view of the vending machine from here after all.
There is? Oh my god, you're stalking me?
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
Oh. Oh wow, no kidding.
Doesn't matter if it's after school or summer break. Shishido buying cafe au lait is like an old faith. It's like Old Faithful. You could set your watch by it.
Well then, I guess we're even since I always see you sitting on this bench.
What? You're back on that again?
Sure I am. I guess I just find it interesting that we both took notice of each other's quirky habits.
Weirdo.
You're the weirdo.
Our conversations in the choir were usually just silly. It was like talking to a good friend in class. Shallow, but genuinely enjoyable.
It's always so cool here, even in summer.
This probably explains why Ms Yui drinks so much beer in present because of the latte. Ugh, don't mention summer.
Why? You don't like it?
Now with summer school right around the corner, that'd be enough to make anyone run for the hills.
I guess so, but we're seniors now. It comes with a territory, you know? The time for fun and games is over.
I think you mean senior.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't know, you seem like you're still having a lot of fun to me.
Well, I'm a bit of a special case. I'm just happy because I feel like my dream might actually come true.
Oh?
I just enjoy teaching things to people and having other people depend on me and me doing my Shia LaBeouf speech of do it! Just to do it! Make your dreams come true!
Who's Shia LaBeouf?
That's a good question. Who is Shia LaBeouf?
Because the Cosplay universe takes place in 2008, so that whole do it thing doesn't exist. Why is that? I much prefer winter. That's when I get to wear nice sweaters and cardigans. Fair enough.
I guess it makes me feel like I'm a big sister or something. And since I'm an only child, you know, I like telling people, like, if you want to stop starting over, stop giving up.
Okay, well, good luck with that then.
Wow, that was about as dismissive a comment as you can get.
Hey, well, I can do anything about it, you know. Despite his occasional boorishness, I still feel that Tsukasa was a kind soul. If nothing else, he never actually laughed at my dream. And in a high school crowd, most people don't take you very seriously when you say you're trying to become a teacher. Tsukasa just wasn't like most people, I guess. The season was quickly turning into autumn. After the school day ended, the senior floor was almost a lot more quiet than its underclassmen counterpart. Everyone was off studying hard at the library or with tutors. So one day, thinking no one else was around, I sat down in a lonely corner of the hallway. Initially, I had grabbed my shoes and left the classroom, intending to head home. But along the way, I just started crying. I was overwhelmed. My sobs echoed from one end of the hallway to the other. Tsukasa has to go to summer school because he's definitely not the academic smart student with good grades. That day, I finally received a special recommendation to my top choice university. I was so excited I just wanted to tell someone, so I told my friend Tome, but her usual supportive demeanor took on a somewhat harsher edge.
Quit rubbing it in my face. You know, I'm still totally undecided about my future, right?
My expression must have changed pretty drastically. Tome's eyes suddenly widened and she quickly apologized. So I smiled and told her that I didn't care. That's what I said anyway. But how couldn't I care? Tome's dismissive words struck me like a dagger to my chest.
So sometimes. Oh well. I wonder if anyone else feels the same about me.
She's got like some kind of bipolar crying. I kept wiping the tears from my eyes.
Depressive disorder.
Only for the new ones to take their place immediately. Why didn't I figure this sooner? So many people were still facing uncertain futures with no real goals in mind, and I was completely oblivious to it. I was the one with a dream, running around like the cock of the walk and blabbing about my successes and inspirations. I wouldn't blame them that they hated me. Mood swing change from Ms Yui, oh joy. Could someone that insensitive to the feelings of so many other people really become a teacher? Did I even have what it takes to become one? Shishido? I quickly turned around, and the voice that I heard came to me and found Tsukasa standing there. We never said a word before when passing each other in the hallway, but he spoke to me that day with no reservations, as if we were old chums.
Tsukasa.
Your face is a mess. Do you have a handkerchief?
Yeah.
Then wipe your face.
Okay.
Tsukasa's concern and confusion was clearly written on his face. I didn't want to cause him any trouble or him worrying, so I began frantically wiping my eyes. Did something happen?
No, everything's fine.
You're crying an awful lot for someone who's got no problems. Word of advice to Ms Yui: even if people hate you for being successful, you need to realize that success isn't everything. It either makes you happy or miserable. You're crying an awful lot for someone who's got no problems.
No, it's just there's a little misunderstanding between a friend and I. But we patched it all up right away, so it's all right. These really are, something like tears of happiness, I guess.
Hmm?
Yep. See, I just found out I gotta recommend.
I'm not sure if I did it out of respect for Tsukasa or just because I wanted to change the subject, but I cut myself off mid-sentence. I was doing it again. What was I thinking? Not even Tsukasa was gonna. Now even Tsukasa was gonna hate me for being a braggart. Hell, I hate myself. I was the worst, just the worst. But whoa, really? He was happy for me. A bit taken aback, I nodded firmly. You did it! Then congrats!
Yeah, thanks.
Huh?
Thank you.
So what's with the waterworks? even with the recommendation, you still have to take the entrance exam, right?
Yeah.
So isn't it a little early to be crying tears of joy?
Yeah, maybe so. It was just really happy that you congratulated me.
Oh, come on now.
Sorry.
For what?
For crying like this without even knowing why.
If you don't know why you're doing it, then how about you hurry up and dry those eyes?
Sure, I think I'm fine now anyway.
I swear. As I rubbed my swollen eyes, a smile broke through. Tsukasa let out an exasperated sigh. Come on, Senior Richard, if you're going to cry, you gotta have feeling and emotions to be convincing.
I can be convincing. Shut up.
Oh, hey, wait here a second.
Okay.
And then he never came back. Tsukasa ran to his classroom, quickly reappeared in the hall again just moments later. He was holding something. Here, I want you to have this.
A pencil?
In his outstretched hand rested a short, stubby little pencil, not the sort of thing you expect someone to go out of their way to lend you. It was pocked here and there with small scratches, but it still seemed to be in relatively decent shape considering how obviously well worn it was. A pencil with guaranteed success.
Guaranteed success?
Use it on your test and you'll pass for sure.
What? Really?
Yep.
Is this hacks?
No. It told me I never passed the entrance exam for Kisaragi Cannon, but, well, here I am. And I owe it all to this pencil.
So this is the same pencil I was using back when you took your high school application tests?
Sure is. It really jerked out a miracle.
I assume you mean worked out a miracle, right? Not that thing either.
I'm back. Hey, 11. Yeah, that.
At any rate, I shall happily take you up on your kind offer. Thanks.
But listen, I'm only letting to you until you finish your test. You have to give it back afterwards so I can use it for my entrance exams. That pencil must be a lucky charm because that show he passed his test with sheer luck.
Okay.
And whatever you do, don't fail the exam.
Right.
You,
But this pencil is the pencil guaranteed success. So how can I fail the exam? The following week, I failed the exam. This pencil is cursed. I hate it.
Then he passes his exam. What are you talking about? I got perfect luck with it. I just passed my test. I took the pencil and nodded, smiling. This time, Tsukasa returned my smile. You're really a unique person, you know that? It's hard to believe how much you let other people's problems get to you. You'll make an amazing teacher.
What?
For a moment, I had no idea what he was talking about. Then it hit me. Tsukasa had somehow soused out from our conversation that I was crying because I'd upset Tome. And he was turning that fact around to offer me encouragement. Good luck. Don't let it get to you. I heard you shouldn't wish someone luck in times of stress, as it just adds more pressure. That's why people tell actors to break a leg instead. But I didn't care. Taboo or not, I cherished his kind words.
I'll do my best, Tsukasa.
Glad to hear it. That's when I really started to fall for him. It didn't seem like he noticed, and there wasn't really indication that he felt the same way anyway. When's the scariness happening? Oh wait, it might be happening now. I can still clearly recall the events on that day, even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exam. The weather outside had been miserable since morning, and visibly was all but non-existent. It would be a bad omen if I were to slip and fall on the day before the exam, so I decided I'd wear boots to school just to be safe.
See you later. Huh?
When I opened the door, I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lie on the ground, soaked to the bone.
That's actually Nagito Kameda. Don't be rude.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You don't happen to have a bit of despair, do you? I friendly rushed over to her side.
Are you okay? Stay with me. Come on. Tell me what happened. Oh my god, it's the donkey. Was it a hit and run?
The road running by my house was narrow and mostly used only by our neighbors. But it's not like it was closed off to outside traffic or anything, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. I looked over the old woman's body as best as I could. Fortunately, there was no signs of any serious injury.
It doesn't seem to be like a car accident, at least.
Young lady.
Why do you sound like an old man instead of an old woman?
Why do you sound like a man instead of a woman?
Touché. Yes?
The voice acting 10 out of 10. You must all go to school.
What?
You absolutely must not go to school.
Ah.
The old woman raised herself up slightly and spoke hoarsely. From the tone of her voice, she seemed terribly desperate.
But you know, I have to. Today's my last chance to practice for a college entrance interview.
No! You stay home. No go.
I have to go. The interview is part of the exam. I'm worse at.
I didn't know the old woman has an old man's voice. Very fascinating. I think the better question is though, why does Ms Yui sound like a man?
I don't sound like a man, you fucking asshole.
Right.
Please tell me what's wrong. Where's your family?
Well, you.
Well,
Oh, you go. No matter what.
Yeah.
In that case, please. Not knowing what to say, I nodded apprehensively as the old woman began digging through her pockets. She produced what looked to be a crummy scrap of paper. Miss Yui is actually a man stuck in a woman's body and is actually biosexual. Damn nerds and their practice interviews. As she was digging around, I noticed that her breathing had become dangerously ragged and began considering my options to assist her. Really, I should have just gone back into the house and called my mom. But there was something about her that kept me glued to the spot. I sensed desperation hidden in that unbroken gaze. You must let us.
It's the Master Sword from Zelda.
What is it?
It's a magazine!
A magazine?
The old woman clutched my wrist and forcibly pressed the magazine to my palm. Touching my head, I flipped through the pages and looked at it carefully. At first, I thought I had been handed just a piece of trash.
What?
When I flipped through it all the way, I saw there was actually it somehow turned into a paper doll in the shape of a human being. And there was a name written on it on its torso. Yui Shishido. Wait, Yaoi Shishido. Don't know who that is. Hummus! Nope, that's not my name. Written player's day in very difficult legible brush strokes.
Whose name's on it?
Sorry, I scribbled your name wrong. I better write down Yui Shishido.
Huh?
If you don't write the name of the person you wish to pretend, the job won't work.
Huh?
Crazy. This is all crazy. I didn't understand any of it, save for one simple fact. This old woman here was here specifically to give me this strange paper job. Fun fact, Link went to Heavenly Host from his game and probably explains why the game series is multi-dimensional, multiverse because of multiple endings. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another, but she clearly knew both my name and my address.
No. No! I'm sorry. I know you came a long way to give this to me, but I don't want it.
You don't want it? As I extended my arm to return the paper doll, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body up unsteadily from the wet asphalt. Why not?
Well, you're icky.
I've nearly killed myself bringing this to you. Why will no one listen to me? You must die in the Heavenly Host Elementary about this job.
Heavenly Host? What?
I wonder who that lady is. Is she from another realm? Yes! You must not go! Don't go! As the old woman cried out, the paper doll floated lightly to the ground. Almost instantaneously, it became soaked through with rainwater. My name began to run and quickly returned into an unlegible black smudge. Seeing this, the old lady grabbed and tore at her hair. No! The job has been lost!
Ma'am? Please calm down.
Listen, you must not go to Tension Elementary School!
I think there's been some sort of mistake. My school is Kisaragi Academy High. I've never heard of Heavenly Host Elementary.
I bet you that old lady is Ms Metal Machi from another dimension and wants revenge on Naomi and Seiko. She's going to the wrong place then!
Who is the old lady, by the way?
Just some old lady. I don't know. I don't know who she is. Like, it's never ever like explained.
Ma'am? Oh God. Mom! Mom! Put down the whiskey, come quick!
She's just some homeless lady. What's wrong?
An old woman collapsed in front of our house and she's fucking crazy. Call an ambulance.
Okay. Paramedics arrived in a matter of minutes. The old woman seemed to be unconscious by that point. However, so the MTs brought out the stretcher. Do either of you know this woman?
No, she just collapsed in front of our house. We've never seen her before.
All right. Would you be willing to ride with her in the ambulance?
Uh,
The idea of making this old woman go to the hospital by herself just seemed like it would have been a shameful thing to do. Sure, she was a stranger, but we had a lengthy conversation mere minutes before it, so I couldn't very well say we had nothing to do with one another. Yui, you need to get to school.
What? But
Don't worry, I'll go with her to the hospital. You have to practice for the interview today, right?
yeah, I guess I do. Thanks, Mom. I'll leave her with you then.
That woman is actually a Shinozaki related to both Ayumi and Sachiko. That would actually make sense. Good luck. I was always hesitant, but I knew I really had to go to school today, no matter what. So I left the strange woman in my mom's care and headed towards the school. Walked right by her stretcher.
Ah!
Suddenly, a hand rose from the limp form of the old woman and grabbed my skirt. Startled, I tried to jump away, but found myself ensnared by her terrible bloodshot eyes. You must not go!
Ah!
She ran away, screaming.
Going anyway.
At the school, once my final practice exam had concluded, I reunited with my friends and engaged in the usual regimen of gossip and small talk.
Can you believe that?
That's really scary.
The hell was wrong with her?
When I described the events of that morning, everyone's eyebrows rose. They were hanging on my every word and yelping in unison at the key moments. Yui, maybe you should have stayed home today after all.
Well, but I had that practice interview. I couldn't miss that, you know?
I just hope nothing bad happens.
Oh, come on. What could happen?
The old lady bursts into the classroom.
Ms Yui!
Oh, no!
Ms Yui, your time is now!
Ah!
Oh, you know what?
Hmm?
When you mentioned Heavenly Host Elementary, I thought it sounded kind of familiar, and I just realized why. You know the Seven Wonders, right?
7 Wonders? You mean those, like, urban legends about Kisaragi?
Yeah, those.
Does Heavenly Host Elementary have some connection to them?
One of the stories is called Yoshi Ever After Story. Ever heard of it?
Definitely not.
I've never heard of it either. What's it about? Well, it takes place at Heavenly Host Elementary, which once occupied the same plot of land where Kisaragi Academy now stands.
Oh, okay.
It's said that one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died. The accident took place on a rainy October day just like this one, and occurred just after 7 at night. And supposedly, Yoshi still appears on days like this. Even ever unaware that she died at Tenjin these many years ago. Now she walks the halls of Kisaragi Academy, believing them to be her own. Oh, come on, no. Is it true? Well, it wouldn't be one of the 7 wonders if someone hadn't actually seen it happen, right?
That's, like, really creepy.
Why don't you head home, Yui? You're the one who doesn't live nearby, so we can walk with you and given the stuff that old lady said to you. Yeah, it's always best to heed the warning of the elderly.
You might be right. I'm still feeling kind of on edge. Probably best I go home and check with Mom. I'll see you guys later then. Bye!
See ya. Take care.
Give it everything you've, like, got tomorrow.
I will!
I hope she, like, fails.
Yeah, me
I
too.
fucking heard that, you bitch!
I quickly packed up my things and rushed out of the classroom. It was already about 5. It was getting dark out. But if Kana's story was to be believed, I had until 7 before anything bad might happen. As I continued winding my way down the corridor, I just kept telling myself there's nothing to be afraid of. Even so, it felt like it took an extra long time to reach the shoe lockers.
Man, I'm such a scaredy cat.
Oh, hey, Shishido.
Tsukasa!
Heading home?
Yep.
What's with the big grin?
Nothing. Hey, why don't we walk together? At least part of the way.
Sure, I don't mind.
Great!
When I looked at Sakaza's face, my fear vanished. If but for a moment. These are the times when it's really nice to have boys around, I thought. Like the Mean Girl version of this game. I felt that as long as he was by my side, nothing bad could happen. That didn't hurt that I had a crush on him, of course. The rain had let up since that morning, though it was still coming down. The two of us walked side by side, umbrellas held high. Tsukasa was talking and laughing excited the whole time, whereas I probably came off as preoccupied. I'm sure it was awkward. A vague sense of fear flickered inside of me, and it was making me extraordinarily subconscious. I'm certain it must have been reflected in my behavior. Shishido?
Hmm?
You look kind of pale. Did something happen? Hey.
Yeah, something scary happened.
Something scary? I probably seemed really on edge. Tsukasa was staring at me with this look of abject concern on his face. I was a little relieved that he asked me, though. And it felt good to tell him about what happened. I filled him in on all the details and explained how they related to Kana's ghost story. I did my absolute best to convey the dread I was feeling. But Tsukasa was, well... The 7 Wonders of Kisaragi High, huh?
Yeah.
Do you actually believe in that stuff? Sometimes I wish I could see the world through your eyes.
What?
Hmm?
You don't think it's scary?
It's weird, sure, but I wouldn't call it scary, and I wouldn't worry about that old woman I wouldn't worry about that. And I wouldn't worry about what that old woman said to you. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
But
It wouldn't be better not to dwell on it everywhere. I mean, yeah, your encounter with her sounds like it was kind of unsettling, but she was probably just a little off, you know?
that's not the issue here.
Huh?
I wasn't asking you to solve my problems for me. Look, I just wanted to vent, okay? I just wanted you to listen.
What do you mean? That's what I've been doing.
No, not like that.
I don't get it. Are you angry about something? Guys always do this. It varies from person to person, of course, but guys invariably jump right into looking for solutions to your problem or giving you advice on what to do. As a result, girls often can't be totally honest with them, or don't want to be. Anyway, and are forced to just bottle up the feelings. I only wanted Tsukasa to share in some of my fears. If he was scared with me, then that would have been enough. I didn't realize then that Tsukasa telling me not to worry was his way of showing concern. I just thought he was brushing me off, and frankly, that annoyed me. My mind flashed back over and over again to the face, the eyes, the hoarse voice of that old woman. Amplified and distorted by the ghost story, these images gradually darkened my mood. Maybe I was traumatized by the events I experienced, or maybe I was just frustrated and needed to lash out, I don't know. But for the first time ever, things had become decidedly uncomfortable between the two of us. To be fair, guys tend to be dense when it comes to girls having feelings for them. In anime, yes.
Okay, well, this is me.
Right. Shishido? He called out my name as I briskly walked away. I didn't really know why I was so angry or confused, but I did notice that his voice was tinged with concern. If anything should happen, feel free to contact me. I considered turning back for a second, but changed my mind and pushed forward in a huff, leaving him behind. Womp 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 womp.
I'm home!
Yui, welcome back. Greeting me at the door, my mom wore a somber expression. I could tell right away that something had happened. I stared at her with scrunched eyebrows for an awkwardly long time before she eventually reluctantly opened her mouth to speak. About that old woman from this morning. In anime, 100% yes.
Yeah?
The hospital contacted me. She had passed away a short while ago.
No!
I'm so sorry. You need to stay focused on tomorrow's exam right now, though.
Yeah.
We should put this unpleasantness behind us. I'm getting dinner started now, so how about you go and get changed?
Okay, I'll be in my room.
I'll call you. I watched my mom work her way back to the kitchen, and then rig it out of my shoes. My mood had darkened even more. That's not true. Your mood is fine.
There's no darkening within your system.
Tsukazu's attitude was bad enough, but for that old woman to have died. I returned to my room. I couldn't muster the energy to do anything but collapse into my chair and sprawl out on the desk. You must not go. The last thing that old woman had said to me echoed again and again in my mind. I began wishing I had taken her more seriously. I should have accepted the paper doll and thanked her. I should have reassured her I wouldn't go to Heavenly Host Elementary. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sake. I was exhausted. It was a hell of a day, and I know no longer even I had the energy to move. I needed to change out of my school clothes, but still sprawled out over the desk. My eyelids drooped and closed. I was out. I awoke with a start. The air in my room had gotten notably colder, and I was shivering.
I must have fallen asleep.
Over my eyes, I glanced at my clock. The needle's indicator was 6:45.
It's already this late?
It was black outside. No, it's not. It's grey out there. It was grey outside my window, streaked with lines from the still pouring rain.
Sure hope it's sunny tomorrow.
Sunny. For my exam, the weight of what the next day held for me came rushing to my mind. I practiced the interview process with my teachers quite thoroughly, but I was still really nervous.
Okay, I need to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow.
There was still a little time before dinner. My mind swimming, I decided I'd take this opportunity to clean out all the notes and textbooks I wouldn't need tomorrow from my bag.
Let's see. Student ID needs to stay. Obviously, handkerchiefs and tissues. Gotta make sure I don't forget my exam ticket. Oh, my pen case. Huh? Oh, crap. Where the fuck's my pen case? Did I leave it at school?
My face suddenly went pale. Really? I shouldn't have been too concerned over writing implements. We had tons at home. But that case held the pencil Tsukazu had given me for guaranteed success on my exam.
I have to go get it.
Ms Yui was never seen again.
Hey, Mom! I forgot something at school. I'm gonna run back for a sec.
What? But dinner's almost ready.
It's okay, I'll be right home!
Alright, stay away and do something else!
I will!
What a disorganized family. The pencil was the one thing I absolutely needed to bring with me to the test, and so, without hesitation, I ran back down the road to school. I was sprinted as close to full speed as I could get without slipping in the downpour. All the while, the numbers of my bedroom clock ran through my mind. This is where Ms Yui knew she screwed up by going to school and getting spooked out by spirits. 6:45, and if Kana's story was to be believed, Yoshi haunted the school building at 7. As soon as I arrived at the gate, I glanced up at the large clock, a door in the schoolhouse. It was now 6:55. Yoshi after school. I went over the whole scenario in my head again as best as I could recall it. After classes on a rainy day in October, 7 at night.
Did that woman somehow knew that this happened? Get a hold of yourself, Yui. It's just an old campfire tale.
I was talking to
It's
myself.
an Undertale.
Get out! Get out!
Hey there, you want your pencil case back?
Why Sans got the pencil case? What a prick! Who in the right mind would go out to school at night that is empty and you'd be spooked out by seconds I was talking
Yeah,
to
to be fair, like when I've hosted, when I've helped at a few Halloween parties for like at a school, yeah, I help with a kids self-defense practice. So at the Halloween, we do a spooky like ghost tour around the school, you know. So we set up a trail and everything, but even then, it's scary just being at a school late at night when it's dark and quiet. And I totally went on a tangent and missed my line there. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I just left it long enough for people to actually read it. Senior Richard, excuse yourself when you burp.
Excuse me then.
I folded up my soaking umbrella and left it on the rack up by the entrance, then changed into my indoor shoes.
But he doesn't have to excuse himself because I don't excuse myself when I burp.
Yeah, because I do it for you.
Oh yeah, true.
Then entering the brightly lit hall, I took another look around.
I guess I was right. No one's home.
My deep sigh echoed through the deathly silent corridor. That's weird! Ordinarily, the din of our students would drown out sounds like this, but every little sound was coming through crystal clear at this late hour.
I need to hurry. It's almost 7. 7.
I noticed he sauntered towards Class 3-4, picking up speed as it occurred to me to do so. About that old woman from this morning. She passed away a short while ago. It said that the one day after school, a female teacher who had been patrolling the grounds slipped and fell down the stairs and died. The accident took place on a rainy October day just like this one and occurred just after 7 at night. And supposedly, Yoshi still appears on days like this. Even unaware that she died at Heavenly Host these many years ago, she now walks the halls of Kisaragi Academy, believing them to be her own.
Jeez, what the hell's wrong with me? Why am I getting this why letting this bother me so much? Tsukasa was right. I shouldn't dwell on this.
Lightning flashed and thunder resounded with impeccable time, and I jumped in spite of myself.
I just need to hurry up and up these stairs and grab my pen case and get the hell out of this creepy building.
No ghost should show up in a well-lit building like this, right? And even if they did, they wouldn't be very scary under all these bright lights.
I absolutely need that pencil for tomorrow's test. It's a good luck charm after all, and it's from Tsukasa.
There's brackets around it.
So our thoughts.
I picked up the pace as I continued to head straight for room 334.
But maybe her thoughts just echo because she has nothing in her head.
I see what you did there. That was cool. She's getting stalked by Beavis and Butthead.
That wouldn't surprise me. That Ms Yui is going paranoid from all the spooky horror stories you heard from her friends. The middle school is already pitch black. I guess there really is no one else around right now.
This hallway feels longer today than it ever has been before. Was it always like this? Can't imagine I'd ever be on time if it were.
I continued my brisk walk down the impossibly long hallway towards my goal, jumping every now and again whenever another thunderclap sounded. Kisaragi Academy was comprised of both a middle school and a high school, and this evening it really felt like it was flaunting its massive size. Didn't help that my class was in the high school wing, which happened to be past the middle school, making it seem that much farther away.
When a building that's usually so full of life goes completely quiet, it becomes such a lonely place. I swear I can hear every drop of rain.
I was focused on the scanned few sounds around me as I paced down that long, lonely corridor. Then, all of a sudden,
huh?
I heard a faint noise as of someone playing an organ.
That's just my imagination, right? That's my imagination, right? I mean, we don't have an organ in the school. There's no anyone There's no way anyone would still be practicing, right?
I took a deep breath trying to calm my nerves. It was probably the sounds of the rain, wind, and thunder mixed in the garage. Just sounded like an organ, that's all. I was convinced. I kept walking. But then, I heard the sound again. This time, much more clearer. It was unmistakable.
No way.
I was paralyzed with fear. Oof. I felt I thought of Tenacious D. My heart was pounding as if we were struggling to break free of someone's sinister grip.
It's probably just some devoted member of the band or a teacher who's working late. I'm just being stupid.
Play the best song in the world, or I will eat your soul. Thinking about it, I vaguely recall someone mentioning an up-and-coming performance by the Wing Instrument Club. I guess an organ would qualify. Someone must have just stayed late to practice, that's all.
I can't get that damn goose story out of my head.
Took another deep breath and tried again to calm down over my jittery nerves.
Anything can be scary if you think it is.
I feel like that by this time it's probably past 7 because she's taking so fucking long. She's a pussy.
According to this clock over here in good old Ingerland, it is 7:45. She's been in the school for 45 minutes.
I heard that if you let your imagination run too wild, fear can even make you see things that aren't there. And my imagination was most definitely running wild.
I'm almost there. I may as well sprint the rest of the way.
I decided to dash towards my class so I could get out of this hole as quick as possible.
As long as the organ isn't accompanied by a saxoboom.
Ingerland. Finally reaching that familiar door, I swiftly opened it and flickered on the lights.
Alright, I made it now. I just have to be absolutely certain I don't leave here without the pen case again.
Thanks to my unexpected pauses to freak out over the thunder and lightning, it took me far longer than it should have to get out of here. It was already well past 7.
Alright.
7 o'clock, huh?
It was the appointed time, and when the ghost of the teacher was supposed to appear, at last, according to the school legend.
No undead educators here.
I let out a sigh of relief and relaxed my shoulders a bit. The lights were both on inside the classroom and out in the hallway. Sure, it was still dead silent, but the fear I'd been feeling was completely melted away.
Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. The 7 wonders aren't real.
Oh, she's gonna die for sure. I grabbed the pen case and I come back for and shoved it into my pocket.
Okay, mission accomplished.
With my long ordeal behind me, more or less, I looked around the classroom and let out another sigh. I'd only ever known this classroom when it was bustling with activity, and thus found its eerie silence and utter stillness to be oddly fascinating.
Such a strange feeling. Being alone in a classroom like this.
I got the idea in my head trying to do something I would normally wouldn't be able to do, like standing at the teacher's podium and writing on the blackboard.
Chances like this don't come around too often after all.
To me, the area behind that podium from which teachers conduct their lessons was like a secret place. I dreamed of standing there myself one day and could hardly resist its pull when presented with a rare opportunity like this.
Well, no one's looking.
Though did she realize that not believing the 7 wonders of Kiksuragi would come back to haunt her in karma. To my classmates, this would seem like such a silly, stupid dilemma. But that didn't change the way I felt at the moment.
Should I or shouldn't I? Hello, everybody! I am the President of the United States!
If I remember correctly, you have to actually, to get the good ending, you have to actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's either you have to leave. I can't remember. Fuck it.
We're standing on the...
Yep.
How can I pass this one up? It's a chance to feel like a real teacher!
I decided I had to try it. Doing daily cleanup and such, I come and gone from the countless times. But this is the first time I'd ever had the opportunity to just stand here and preside over the class. Senior Richard for President of the United States. Vote for him right now.
No.
So, this is how it looks to a teacher, huh? It's kind of awe-inspiring.
Getting a teacher's point of view, in the most literal sense, was starting to get me really fired up. It may seem silly now, but this was my stage. This was where all my dreams would play out.
Someday.
I began to imagine the future that awaited me. Painstakingly detailed some new pieces of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desks. 2020, let's get water cans in America. Gliding chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their studies.
I sure hope I can make the cut one of these days.
I was getting so excited that even I began to think my behavior was a little strange. Maybe it was the juxtaposition of one of those joyous, freeing visions and the prickling dread I had been feeling up until just a minute or two before. But then, in the blink of an eye, one of those two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. If you chose wrong, just load. Yeah, exactly.
Crap, is this a blackout?
Suddenly my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud.
What awful timing.
I instinctively grabbed a hold of the rail where the eraser sat. I felt chalk dust against my fingertips. My panicked heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine time to turn the lights out on me.
What's more, I can still hear the sound of the organ, but no, it's an electric organ. How is it even possible with no power?
You must go! Was this what that old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune teller or a psychic as far as I was aware. How could she possibly have known this would happen? Oh, hell no. I'd cry in a situation I ain't ashamed to say I'm a little baby in a spooky event. It's fair enough. Hell, even if she were a fortune teller or a psychic, predicting the future is the stuff of science fiction. I shook my head.
I need to calm down. It's just this wing that's lost power. The music room is still okay. That seems plausible, right?
I curled up my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense to myself. This is why you don't go to school at night, because you're in the dark, can't see anything, you get scared for your life.
I gotta get out of here.
I shouldn't have been playing teacher. I should have been in and out of that by now. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom.
Ah!
I spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find my way out with my eyes closed, as if it were. This might go bad, maybe, but sadly that wasn't the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, I knocked it over on its side and began tumbling around after it, instinctively grabbing on other desks around me. But she was just knocking down all the desks.
God damn it, Yui.
Fuck this classroom! Ah!
Oof.
Now it sounds like I knocked a lot of stuff out of that desk. Guess I'll need to put everything back.
Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes and textbooks and writing utensils.
I can't tell what's what. This is so embarrassing. What the heck am I doing anyway? Wasn't I supposed to be hurrying home? I'm such a klutz.
Let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
Okay, this is a textbook and this is a notebook, right?
She's so quirky and clumsy. I was trying to take inventory of all the things I knocked out of the desk and then realized why. I might as well just stand it up and stuff it all back in.
I couldn't possibly organize it properly in absolute darkness. Better just apologize tomorrow to whoever sits here.
Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out, but that would be the same as lying as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't do that.
Okay, I think I got everything.
I placed my hand against the floor and swept it around, feeling for anything I might have missed. And I found something, alright.
Ew, gross, what is this? It's all slimy. Ew.
I clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what. It was no notebook or writing implement. No, that's for sure.
Why would anybody hide something like this in their desk?
Maybe it had been on the floor all along.
What is this stuff?
I put my sticky fingertips a bit deeper into the wet spot, then brought my hand up closer to my face so I could get a better look at what it was.
I bet it's blood.
What enough did I just touch?
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Ah!
There was a flash of light and almost immediately joined by a roaring thunderclap. And with it, a split second, the pitch black classroom was lit up, bright as day. Oh.
Oh.
Is that blood?
I shut my feet, utterly mortified. In that split second, I had gotten a very good look at my fingertips. It really did seem as if they were covered in blood.
Seaman.
Semen!
Semen!
But it wasn't just my hands. No, if my peripheral vision were to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained a deep, dark crimson.
Crap, it kind of smells like blood in here too.
Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become a bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone stumble in here injured?
This is impossible. It can't be. I mean, how?
My whole body was quaking. I fled from the classroom, or rather I tried to flee.
What? Why won't it open? No. Please, no!
I don't remember locking it. Sorry.
I don't. It isn't locked. Why can't I get it open? Oh wait, it's push not pull.
I pull on the door.
I
pull on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard it felt like my fingernails might tear loose, but it wouldn't budge.
Why? Why, please?
I was absentmindedly grabbing at my hair with one hand and slammed my fist on a nearby desk with the other. This was a nightmare.
Please, no. What's going on?
Scion saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths. Wait, Yui, don't open that door. Wait, stop it! Stop it! Don't open that door.
Don't
But Tsukasa is.
You stream at this time of day to make it scary, don't you? No, that's not intentional. It's just a good time for me to stream. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding heart.
Calm down. I have to calm down. I'm probably just panicking because the door won't open. I'm sure I just misidentified whatever that is on the floor. I mean, it's preposterous, right? There's no way something like that would be.
Oh, now I understand. She misidentified what the door's gender is. No wonder it won't open. It's pissed off. I was certain that when I saw what it actually was, come morning, it ended up being something totally random, like someone's old soda-stained gym clothes.
That has to be it. Yeah, I probably just brushed against somebody's paint or art class or something.
What's behind door number 1? A new car! My imagination was just running wild because I was panicking.
And the door's probably just has something caught in it, that's all.
I decided to check out that hypothesis by feeling my way across the door and determine if anything was jolting out from it out of any of the cracks.
Damn, not sure I can do this without being able to see.
I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out that would be doing this. The classroom's near rear exit seemed a world away.
Maybe there's another way out of here.
No, this is the 3rd floor. I can't get out of this classroom without exiting into the hall.
Let me out! I want out!
Still at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be sure of its source.
Is somebody out there?
Oh, I think this is the right end. I think this is the right path. Then there came distinctive clump of footsteps.
Oh, of course, it must be the custodian.
I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds. I was sure he must have been taking a look around after the sudden power outage.
Great, I'm saved!
All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over.
Excuse me!
I shouted at the custodian through the door, as loud as I could muster.
Excuse me, I'm trapped in here!
I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway, and it seemed to be getting closer. However,
Something's not right about this.
perturbed, I took a step away from the window.
If that's the flashlight, shouldn't it be brighter? It kind of looks like...
Like the faint, unearthly glow classically you attribute to spirits. What was I thinking? I tried to stop myself from thinking that thought, however. Behind door number 3, traumatic memories. Haha, you've won, Yui! Now just give us your soul!
Like it.
Dullness aside, it also looked like it was wriggling around in a very unnatural, very flashlight-like way.
And these footsteps?
Clomp, 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 clomp. 4 clomps, and then a 3 or so second interval, and then another 4 clomps. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm.
That's no custodian. Nobody walks like that.
The custodian has 3 legs.
Is that, or he's a cripple.
The fear was back. In full force, I had to find somewhere to hide. Don't overforce, the chica was waiting there to eat your soul. What if I accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever that was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in.
I need to hide. But where?
Fuck. Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. God damn, I forgot which one is the right answer. I think the supply lock is the bad.
I think it's teacher's podium.
I'd say the teacher's podium. Yeah.
I was gonna say the supply lock is probably the bad one. I like potatoes. I hurriedly hid myself behind the teacher's podium. I grabbed my knees and curled up and made myself as small as I could.
What is this? What's happening?
The footsteps continued to draw nearer and nearer. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Little by little, that sound grew louder. I like croissants! Every hair on my body was standing on end.
Please just pass by. Please?
I held my breath, clasped my hands together, and silently prayed. They were close now. Very, very close.
Please, God.
Why was this happening? I couldn't make any sense of it. I just wanted it to be over. I prayed to God that it would end. Was this what that old woman was trying to warn me about? Was this all happening because I ignored her? Because I didn't take the paper doll from her? Was it because I heard the ghost story of Yoshi and allowed it to get to me? Or did the strange events of the day have nothing to do with what was happening to me now?
It feels like my heart's gonna burst out of my chest.
I was still holding my breath. I didn't dare let even the tiniest of sounds escape and give away my position. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap.
Hmm?
The consistent rhythm of the footsteps suddenly ended halfway into one of its cycles.
Huh?
And it ended right in front of this very classroom. I had goosebumps up and down my arms and legs. I stopped praying and clasped my hands over my mouth. I knew I'd scream if I didn't. Could this be Yoshi? Was the school legend real? All I could do was close my eyes and keep my mouth shut and hope that whoever or whatever this was would just go away. But the footstep sounds didn't start again. If this was indeed Yoshi, then she stopped right in front of the classroom and was just standing there. I had no concept of time anymore. I stayed in my hiding spot for what was probably only a few minutes, but it felt like an hour. Who dares disturb my sleep at this time? You will pay for your interference with your soul.
Maybe whoever it was is gone.
I decided to carefully peek out from under the podium. I gingerly edged my head out, just enough to get a glimpse of the room when suddenly
Eh?
the footsteps rang out once more. It sounded like they were headed right for me, and they might have been inside the room. I honestly couldn't tell. I scrambled back into my hiding spot and covered my mouth with both my hands. This is way too much. My being was coerced and erratic, and my face was a mess of tears and snot.
God, please save me.
I was inconsolable. The footsteps just wouldn't stop. What on earth were they doing? It almost seemed like they were running.
Was Yoshi just jogging on the spot?
It literally just says that it almost seemed like they were running around in a circle just to scare me.
Stop it. Please. Stop it.
I mouthed those words over and over again. I moved my hands to cover my ears in a vain attempt to block out this torturous sound. And as if in response, the sound changed.
Ah!
It was a loud, dull thud, followed by silence. No more footsteps. I heard that sound hundreds of times before. It was the classroom door sliding open. I peeked out, but the door was still tightly shut. How could that be? If the sound I heard wasn't the door, then what was it? What little safety I'd felt here was pretty much gone. But to be fair, I wasn't absolutely certain the spirit had seen or heard me either. The prospect of stepping out into the open wasn't a desirable one, but I had to decide if it was better to stay where I was or to make a break for it.
Yeah, better to say. Oh no.
Could make a break for it.
Yeah, I think if you stay hidden, it gets a bad ending.
Yeah, I think it does. I think I have a vague notion that did happen.
I'm assuming it'll catch a wind of things and where you are hidden.
Yeah, staying in one place for too long seemed like it would be inviting trouble. So I took a deep breath and reluctantly crawled out as quiet as I could. But almost immediately I felt something. Something long and thin had struck me in the back of the head. Or perhaps struck isn't the right word. There was a little force behind it, but it wasn't as hard. It wasn't like a hard slam. It was more like someone trying to get my attention.
Is that a wooden rod? Or no, it's finger.
I knew I wouldn't like what I was going to see, but I had to face whatever this was, so I turned around, and there, looming over me was... Is somebody still here?
Ah!
Well, if you chose fun, just load, buddy. I already know that. Go home, children. A figure was peering down at me from above the podium, with one emaciated wishbone-like finger extended towards my face. I recognized this person instantly, no doubt about it. This was the strange old woman who'd supposedly passed away earlier. I'm in the dark as I watch this. Yeah, Yoshi is asking you to stay for some tea.
Ah!
So, scared my mind, I tumbled the rest of the way out from under the podium and shot to my feet. A ghost? There was really a ghost in the school. My breathing was ragged and my heart was pounding so hard I thought it might explode. Plowing through all the desks in my way, I ran as fast as I could towards the classroom door. But that was as far as I can go. What's wrong?
Ah!
There on the other side of the door, tied up against the glass, was the old woman. She was glowing bluish white, the source of the light from earlier. How in the world did she get to the door before I did? How did she get out of the room so quickly and position herself so perfectly to block my exit? I felt like I was starting to hyperventilate and tried as best as I could to calm my breathing as my eyes darted around the room. I need to get out of here. To get as far away from this place as I possibly could.
If the front door is blocked, maybe I can get out the back. But if I do that, I can't leave the school without running right past her. There's no way she'd let me by. But I have to do something.
I bit my lip and continued to scan the room.
Something. If I had something I could use to fight back.
I didn't have the time to think carefully about it. I had to just grab something and hope for the best. There were two choices. I had to pick one on impulse before it was too late.
Giving you a timer. That's rude.
Back assault!
Yeah.
This looks like leftover salt from an old chemistry experiment.
I heard that salt was used in purification rituals, so it seemed like a natural choice.
Okay, this is coming with me.
I placed the salt in my pocket as a sort of protective charm.
I'm scared, but, well, here goes nothing.
When I looked over, the spirit of the old woman was holding out her hand from the other side of the door frame. She was trying to catch me. I wasn't just being paranoid. She was going to kill me and turn me into a ghost like her. I was convinced this had to be Yoshi, the teacher from the urban legend.
No, I won't let her get me.
Bracing myself, I darted towards the door at the end of the classroom. There wasn't a moment to lose. If I didn't act fast, I probably wouldn't be able to act at all. I threw open the door and just began running at top speed, hoping to escape behind the spirit's back. Unsurprisingly, trying to outrun a ghost proved to be fruitless endeavor. The spirit saw me and moved at breakneck speed to intercept. Stop!
Don't come any crazy, crazy bitch!
I thrust my hand in my pocket and withdrew the bag of salt, then threw the entire thing directly at the old woman's face.
She recoiled! Now's my chance!
I ran down the hall as fast as my legs would carry me, briefly glancing over my shoulder after a moment to confirm that the spirit was still arriving. I just kept on running down that dark hallway with nothing but adrenaline and mortal fear to keep me going. I reached the stairway at the end of the hall and made a mad dash towards the ground level. I was determined to get out of this building alive. Stop! Finally, still moving at top speed, I reached the window door leading outside. Luckily, I'm not watching this at the dark because it's daytime for me.
Almost there! I'm almost out!
Luckily, the malevolent spirit hasn't caught up to me yet. It actually seemed like I might be able to escape. I might actually survive this.
I made it!
I grabbed the handle and tried pulling it.
Huh? No, it's not opening! Why? I'm so close! Please open! Just open, I'm begging you! I have to think of something else at this rate. That horrible woman's gonna... No, I can't let that happen. But what I do? What can I do?
Run
Run somewhere else.
But that's obvious.
I have no choice, I have to keep running. I have to find someplace else.
Or maybe I could hide somewhere and throw Yoshi off my trail. I had no particular destination in mind. My only thought was anywhere but here. After maybe 30 seconds, I found myself in the second floor hallway. There was an outside corridor connecting the two buildings of the school there, and it was the first alternate escape route that came to mind. And actually, it was walled off from the outside for safety purposes, but the wall wasn't so big that I couldn't scale it in the pinch. I didn't really want. Better yet, send in the professor to create Metal Sonic to fight Yoshi. That's not gonna work. I didn't really want to jump from the second floor of the school, but if I had to, I was confident that I'd at least survive the fall with minimum injury.
I should consider that as a last resort. Now let's just get out of sight.
I climbed the wall faster than I thought possible and dropped down to the narrow ledge on the other side. It was just wide enough to sit down. My back was to the hallway, but my location should have been completely hidden from anyone inside the school. I looked down at the muddy ground below me. I really couldn't see much though. The outside was completely dark. It was so dark that it felt almost like the whole world had been draped in a black veil.
Maybe if I just stay here till morning. I mean, if I run, I'm pretty sure I'd get caught.
I opened the pencil case in my pocket and pulled out the pencil I received from Tsukasa.
Tsukasa, please protect me!
I was really treating this stubby-looking pencil as a protective charm. Tsukasa said it would guarantee success to my test, not ward off evil spirits. Still, it was better than nothing. I clutched it tightly in my hands and prayed.
Please protect me!
I whispered the words so quiet that I might as well have been mouthing them. But that seemed to be the opening that damn spirit needed.
Ah!
I sense a presence on the ledge with me. I was so stalled that I almost fell from my perch.
No, please, why are you doing this?
However, I can only sense her there. I didn't actually see her, and thought for one moment that maybe I was then my imagination went wild. But then I felt the horrible sensation of something coiling itself around my arm. You mustn't go outside. Before I knew it, a tall, shadowy figure had half emerged from the wall behind me, and she had me in her grasps. There wasn't much more to her than an indistinct flickering silhouette, but I could clearly see she had a broken neck. Was this a different apparition? Her scraggly root-like fingers were squeezing my arm with tremendous force, pushing aside the muscle and tissue and pushing and pressing right onto my bone.
No! Ooh, what are you?
Where are you going, my dear? I'll just be a little longer, so won't you please wait for me?
Ah, stop it! No, seriously, stop it. That really hurts.
I was shaking hysterically and tears were streaming down my face. I was absolutely convinced I was going to die here.
Let go of me!
Sachi. I could offer no resistance. She was too strong. All I can do was plead with her.
Stop, please. You're really hurting me.
I felt like my arm would snap in two at any moment. Let's be together forever. She wasn't just grabbing, but twisting as well. The pain was unlike anything I experienced before. I couldn't think about anything else. Stopping her had become my first and only priority.
Ah!
I struggled violently against the spirit's grasp, ultimately breaking free by throwing my body off the wall towards the unseen earth below.
Ah!
In the face of death, everything really does seem to slow down. I read somewhere that this is because the brain is sending out some kind of distress signal or something. Slow motion or not, though, I was fully aware of my surroundings. I was cascading through the air just outside my school building.
Oh no.
Might as well.
Pray upon the pencil, you die.
Reach out hands.
You stab yourself in the eyes. You'll hit the ground.
I was pretty sure this fall would kill me with a controlled jump. With a controlled jump, I might have been able to survive, but I was tumbling like a rag doll. I was a goner. I couldn't even remember what you were supposed to do in a situation like this. Try to flip over, brace for impact. In one last ditch effort to attempt at survival. Pencil Sama! I stretched out both my arms. Maybe somebody would be waiting to grab them. Maybe somebody would save me. And somebody actually did! I honestly wasn't expecting that. I really thought that there was no hope, but then at the last second I was yanked to safety. Shishiro!
Tsukasa?
Are you okay? Hang on, don't let go!
Right.
I held onto his arms with all my might. Against my seemingly impossible odds, I was pulled in. My life was saved. This was like a scene out of some anime. It shouldn't have happened. It was too convenient. But I wasn't about to complain. That was close.
Why? Tsukasa?
No time to explain. We have to run.
What?
Tsukasa was still holding on to me tightly after coming to my rescue. He took off down the hall back into the hall of the school with me in tow. Damn it, what the hell was that thing? Please tell me I'm just dreaming. He practically spat those words as he continued running.
Why is Tsukasa here?
I tried to match his gasp, and once we were a bit more in sync, I looked up at his face. He was fast. After we reached the end of the hallway, he suddenly veered into the last classroom before the stairwell, putting me in with him. Shishida, you okay?
I'm fine. I can walk by myself, really.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I moved away from Tsukasa and almost immediately spilled onto the ground like a house of cards. Whoa, you sure don't seem okay to me.
Maybe now I just need a few.
Hey, don't push yourself. Tsukasa grabbed my arm to help me up. Unfortunately, it was the arm Yoshi had been twisting. Oh, sorry. Is it that arm that hurts? That's hurting you then?
Yeah, I don't know how bad it is, but it really stings like it's on fire.
I dropped my arm over the sore spot where I assumed there was probably one hell of a bruise. I started rubbing gently, but it didn't help at all. That's not good. We should get you to the nurse's office right away. Then and take care of it.
But then we'll be...
Exposing ourselves to that ghost again, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking about going out there and facing Yoshi made me shudder. I couldn't believe he was even entertaining the idea. Don't worry, even if she does come to get us, I'll keep you safe no matter what, okay?
Tsukasa.
Also, can someone explain how the heck did Tsukasa find Yui and somehow got into the school? Maybe he was already in the school.
Maybe he was playing the organ.
Maybe he was sitting by his bench.
Maybe the old
Maybe he was
lady.
eating ass.
Maybe the old lady was actually Tsukasa's grandma. Tsukasa's gentle reassurance actually made me forget the pain in my arm for a moment. I had to stop myself from blushing, or try to at any rate. We need to treat your injuries as quick as possible, or they can get worse. The nurse may not be in, but I can at least apply first aid. Smoking some weed.
Smoking weed every day.
Okay.
Alright then, let's get going. Tsukasa offered me his hand. Maybe Tsukasa is Yoshi in disguise and waiting to kill you right now. What? How does that work? What, she somehow managed to just be there and just teleport down something? Oh, you know, I'll just change my appearance. That sounds like a good idea.
She's a ghost. She can do that sort of shit.
Though she can't. And I graciously took it, squeezing as tightly as he let me back out into the hallway.
Tsukasa's hand. It's so warm.
Despite the fact that nothing had really changed, I was still in just as much danger as I had been. The paralyzing fear I had been feeling was gone. If it were just me, I would never have been able to do this. I would have frozen up, but with Tsukasa leading the way, I felt like I could do anything. Shishido, are you okay to run?
Sure.
With my blessings, Tsukasa upped his pace significantly.
Please don't let her show up.
This makes no sense. I did that just to troll you, Scion. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You wish you did. I prayed silently for smooth sailing as I followed Tsukasa's lead.
As long as he's with me, I think I'll be okay.
I gently squeezed his hand again, as if to reassure myself that he was still with me. I was starting to think maybe Yoshi was gone. Maybe we thwarted her. But of course, just as I was thinking that, she made her presence known again. What the hell was that? Show yourself! An unearthly voice reverberated through the darkened corridor. I mainly drew myself into Tsukasa's back. Bring me more. Bring me knives. Why is she so blurry?
Bring me more ice cream.
Over Tsukasa's shoulder, I saw the shadow-like spirit from before. It must have been waiting here to ambush us.
Ah!
It's alright, stay calm.
But...
The spirit was moaning and waving before us. We'd never be able to get past it. You'll do anything for me. Hey, Shishido.
Yeah?
I'm gonna draw that thing's attention. While it's distracted, I want you to run.
What? No, we'll run together.
I've got a secret weapon.
What? Is it really powerful? Especially against living things?
That thing's not living.
Oh. Well, we're fucked then.
It's a keepsake charm my grandma gave me. When I pointed it at that thing earlier, it definitely had an effect.
Charm?
Yeah.
But Tsukasa, you'll be putting yourself right in harm's way.
I'll be fine. It'll all work out somehow or another.
That's
It's a grenade launcher to use against Yoshi.
not...
Stay where you are. We really didn't have time to be arguing. It was closing in fast. And as it did, I noticed the spirit's figure had become more defined. She was a tall, young woman with her head turned sideways at a 90-degree angle. The tale of Yoshi suggests that she fell down a flight of stairs, so a broken net would certainly fit. Go, run!
Ah!
He He gave my back a shove to get me started. With no time to eject, I unconsciously obliged. Tsukasa ran too, darting ahead of me for a few short moments. Hey, Ghosty, over here! Stop!
Tsukasa!
Tsukasa ran as close as he possibly could to get Yoshi's attention, and turned tail and began sprinting off in the opposite direction. Come and get me, you monster! Amazingly, it worked. The spirit began chasing Tsukasa, leaving me completely unobstructed.
This doesn't feel right. Shall I really escape without him?
I was torn. On one hand, I knew this was my best chance, but I couldn't help worry about what would happen to Tsukasa if his charm failed. I stopped for a moment and glanced over my shoulder. He was still running. The shadowy figure was still in hot pursuit.
Tsukasa, she's way too close. You need to take out your charm.
It's fine. I told you to keep going. Once you're out of harm's way, we'll be right behind you. I promise. I still can't believe I fell for it. But this was right about when I realized the truth. Tsukasa had no protective charm. He just made that up so I wouldn't object too strongly for him serving as a decoy while I got away.
No, I can't let him go through with this.
I stopped in my tracks and shouted at the top of my lungs.
Yoshi! Hold it right there, you bitch!
I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting myself into, but I had to do something. Calling the spirit's name definitely seemed to have an effect.
That's right, I know your fucking name, bitch!
Shishida, what are you doing? All at once, the black figure was facing me. Though I never saw her turn around, she was flying towards me now, ignoring Tsukasa.
I'm not scared, I'm not scared, I'm not scared, I'm not scared of it.
I repeated this like a mantra and stuck one hand in my pocket, grasping tightly onto the one and only item I stashed there. So you know who I am then.
Unlike him, I have a real protective charm.
Tsukasa's care and his efforts, his beliefs, they were all packed into this pencil. And when you get right down to it, that's what a charm is, right? I squeezed that nubby little thing in my pocket, mentally preparing myself for the confrontation ahead. The confrontation I impulsively initiated. You was about to be a Yui sandwich. Shishida, you have to run!
I won't! I absolutely will not! You shall not pass!
What did she do? Throw the pencil at it?
God, please protect me!
I closed my eyes, lifted my hand from my pocket, and brandished Tsukasa's pencil intently. The gauntlet had been thrown. I was putting a lot of faith into this, and I really, really hope I hadn't made a mistake in doing so.
My name is Yui Shishido. My goal is to become the best distance teacher there is in this school.
I opened my eyes to find that the shadowy spirit Yoshi had stopped dead in her tracks. Did it work? Was Tsukasa's pencil keeping this vengeful spirit at bay? I don't need a replacement. Just die. Suddenly, I was whisked off my feet and slammed against the ceiling. Shishido! I could see him down below. He was staring up at me and desperately leaping. He was trying to catch me, I suppose, even though he knew he'd never reach.
Tsukasa?
I called out to him over and over again in my mind. If you could get away, if you could survive this ordeal, then it would have been all worth it. Yoshi was drawing near. I was helplessly pinned to the ceiling. I had no choice at all. There was no doubt in my mind that my life was over. I clung to the relief I felt at Tsukasa's safety. It was the only thing keeping me from losing my head entirely. Then, all at once, the situation took a complete 180. It was like a miracle. Yoshi Shirozaki, stop right there! Before I had any idea what was happening, I found myself bathed in a gentle light.
There was a woman from this morning?
I'm sorry I was unable to protect you, but now unless the evil will spread no further.
Why didn't you just say you sounded like you were choking?
It was the old woman who had collapsed in front of my house. She was standing down below me, enveloped in a warm glow. The black shadow lunged towards her, then there was a horrific noise, and the old woman was gone. Shishiro! And just like that, I fell to the ground. Whatever Yoshi had done to me, the old woman must have nullified it. That must have been why she came to me this morning, and why she had come again now. I felt like I was gonna faint. Tsukasa ran to my side, and Jenny scooped me off the ground into his arms. Yoshi's spirit was gone. Yoshi, you're pitiful. She vanished along with the light. Around us now, the only sound was the pitter-patter of the raindrops on the school roof. Hey, Shishiro! Shishiro!
Tsukasa?
I suffered quite a bump on the head from my fall and was decidedly disorientated, but I still had enough sense to put my arms around Tsukasa's neck. You idiot! Didn't I tell you to run away?
I'm sorry,
I wanted to protect you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you, is what I wanted to say. But instead, I just passed out in his arms.
As you do.
Yeah, we did all the right things. I felt as though I was waking from a long, horrible dream. Hey, you okay? Shishido?
Where are we?
Man, how hard of a fall was that? We're in the nurse's office, can't you tell?
The nurse's office?
Oh, love moment here. It occurred to me to look at my surroundings. Probably something I should have done before asking about it out them. But in my defense, I was out cold. Beige walls, pink curtains, white beds with solid blue covers. This was indeed the school infirmary, no doubt about it.
Why are you?
Better question is why are you? Question is why you're here. I found you passed out on the ground out there, so I carried you in.
Out where exactly?
Jeez, did you get a concussion or something? It was right by the school gate.
The school gate? That's where you found me?
Uh-huh. Ring any bells?
But I was trapped inside the school and running from Yoshi, wasn't I? Oh, that's right, my arm. It's probably broken. Wait, my arm's okay?
Huh? Your arm?
Was it a dream? No, it couldn't have been. I mean, it really hurt and I really thought I was gonna die.
Well, you're still a little out of sorts, but I'm glad you're safe at any rate. Guess you could say I had a gut feeling, maybe. I just got concerned and stopped by your house, and your mom told me you had gone back to school, so I came by to find you, and, well, I found you.
Tsukasa,
Yes, there'll be time for thanks and such later on. Right now, there's something I gotta do, so hang on a sec.
Okay. Where are you going, Tsukasa? I wanted to ask you about Yoshi.
Leon can do this since she hasn't done anything.
Oh, Shishido, glad to see you're awake.
Ah, Mrs. Cowboy Nurse. Hi, ma'am.
What's your manners, young woman?
Ow!
You gave us both quite a scare. Mikuni was pale as a ghost when you came to get me. Lucky for you, I was working late tonight.
Cowgirl in the house and slap!
I'm so sorry I've troubled you.
It's fine, of course, but you know, you were really moaning in your sleep.
Jesus Christ.
Were you having wet dreams?
No!
Nightmares.
Oh, well, it seemed like you were. Yes, Mikuni was worried sick about you.
So it really was just a nightmare then. Maybe that scary story this afternoon was just too much for me.
Are you feeling a little better now, at least?
Yeah.
Good, now get the fuck out. I mean, that's good.
The nurse smiled cheerfully and disappeared behind the partitioning curtain. Lying out of sight, I laid myself down on the bed once more. It was that Scion. The rain must have let up. Ms Yui was having a wet dreams about Tsukasa, but interrupted by Yoshi and got spooked. The only sound I heard was an occasional cough from the nurse, who was otherwise going about her business quietly.
Oh wait, what about the pen case?
Lemon returned. Hello again. What? Turns out everything that happened, it was all the dream.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I pressed my hands in my pockets. Not very expecting to find it, but...
There it is!
The pencil case, complete with Tsukasa's pencil talisman, inside was present and accounted for. Which meant that...
I made it to my classroom. Maybe it wasn't a dream after all.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Lemon. The next chapter's much more scary than this one.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, Tsukasa, welcome back.
I was still trying to remember the exact details of what happened when I was unexpectedly felt something cold pressed against my cheek.
Why do you...
You were sleeping pretty restlessly, you know, and sweating a lot, so I figured you might be thirsty. Here. It's cafe latte.
Oh, thank you.
Tsukasa went out of his way to buy this just for me. It was a lovely gesture, but how could I possibly refuse? Hey, isn't tomorrow, or I guess it's today now, but either way, don't you have an entrance exam to take? What time does it start?
At 9?
So in 4 hours then.
God, I don't even want to think about that right now, after the day I just had.
Yeah, you can get drunk from cafe a lot. I've been through hell on earth. Taking a test was the furthest thing from my mind. I was in tears. I had no idea why. Maybe it was because I was so relieved, so glad to be alive.
What the fuck? Keep it down.
Okay. Hey, Shishiro, can you stand up?
Huh?
The timing's just right, so I'm gonna show you something good.
Something good?
Yeah, alright, it's something I really wanted you to see. If you're up to it.
Sure, I guess.
Jesus, Richard. My nose was still running, but my heart felt a lot lighter. I no longer felt threatened by the school. I was comfortable and safe. The two of us left the nurse's office with Tsukasa in the lead, and even though I was holding a cold coffee in my hand, I still felt warm over. Neither of us said a thing as he led me through the empty halls. It occurred to me that when we last saw one another, I was mad at him. Senor Richard, keep acting like a crybaby, and I'm gonna give you a slap. Look, Shishiro, we're here.
What? Isn't this just the hallway we've been walking in?
Just wait, you'll see in a minute.
See what?
I had no idea what I was looking for. I just kept staring at him, but his eyes were fixated on the window leading onto the walkway. As I gazed upon him in profile, I felt my heart skip a beat.
I have to apologize for what happened yesterday.
But I just wasn't sure what to say. I let my feelings get the better of me, and I reprimanded him for behavior that was, at least at the time, entirely reasonable. There was more to it than that, though. There was one particular reason, more than any other, that made it hard for me to think of words to say here. He and I had run from Yoshi together. We escaped her wrath against insurmountable odds. And what if that wasn't all just a dream? Bingo, here we go.
Huh?
I felt Tsukasa's pointing finger and...
Whoa, it's beautiful. What an absolutely stunning sunrise.
It's actually the sunset I enjoy watching the most from here, but the sunrise is pretty great too.
It's gorgeous. The whole town's painted orange.
Looks like you're back in good spirits again.
This is the place that you were talking about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sorry, my screen's just froze. You've been keeping the spot for me all this time, so why now? Why are you showing it to me today?
No reason, really.
No reason, huh?
I could think of a reason. But I didn't say anything. Beautiful moment here with them holding hands. How sweet. It just seemed kind of far-fetched to me. And if I were misinterpreting him, I'd be very embarrassed. He couldn't possibly, could he? My face felt kind of warm. I placed the sweaty coffee latte can on my cheek and sighed softly. You feeling okay? Your face is really red.
What? It is?
You aren't still feeling faint, are you?
No, nothing like that. It's just, yeah, it's the sun. The way the lights playing off my skin, that's all.
Oh, okay. Boys can be so dense sometimes. Good luck on the exam, by the way. If you head back now and get ready, you should still be able to make it.
Thank you. That's what I like about you, Tsukasa.
Huh?
Also, I'm sorry.
For what?
Well, it's just that yesterday things might have seemed a little weird between us. After talking about school legends, remember?
Oh, Yui being so bashful while being with her crush. That's you for you. Oh yeah, I think I remember something like that.
What do you mean, something like that? I was really bothered by it, you know?
You girls obsess over the littlest things sometimes. Me, I didn't think anything of it.
Really now?
I let another sigh and turn my back towards the morning sun, stretching my arms skywards as a sudden wave of exhaustion overcame me. The day got brighter bit by bit, and I just stood there, silently trying to piece together all the jumbled thoughts battling around in my head. I was running around from Yoshi, and Tsukasa was with me. Then I was saved by that old woman.
It really was just a dream, huh?
As the bright rays of the sun washed over me, I felt new life and new hope well enough from within, and I finally came to terms with these horrid events. Most likely, I got the pen case without incident, but then on the way back, something hit my head and knocked me out. That would be just my luck. Oh hey Shishido, don't move.
Huh?
Stay right there, just a little, just like that. I didn't know what he was planning to do, but he was staring right at me. It felt kind of like he was staring to my soul, and then...
What?
Slowly, Tsukasa drew his face towards mine.
Is he?
Shishido.
No way, is he really going to...
I shut my eyes, I was ready for this. Or maybe I just didn't want to look. But the next sensation that I felt wasn't quite the one I was expecting. Shishido, what happened here?
Huh?
He grabbed my arm for some reason and was staring down at it intently.
What the hell? What is he doing? Whoa, what is that? Seriously, I had no idea that was there.
It turns out he was just concerned by the strange bruise that I apparently received, which had momentarily become visible when I raised my arms. It was right around my elbow, right where Yoshi had grabbed me in my dream. It looks like it hurts.
It doesn't hurt at all, actually, but...
But what?
Never mind, it's nothing.
Giving a wide smile, I gently pulled my arm from his grip.
Hey, Tsukasa?
Yeah?
Before we go home, I have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Would you mind if we held hands?
Oh.
Held hands?
Yeah, just for a little, or is that asking too much?
When he asked why I wanted to do this, I fed him his own line. I just told him no reason. We only joined fingertips, but for the first time, it really felt like I was connected to another person's heart. I remember feeling so happy. And then she died. Hey, Ms Yui. Ms Yui!
Tsukasa!
Ms Yui, please.
Hmm?
I knew I heard that voice before, but who was it? Was I just dreaming again? I still felt like I was holding Tsukasa's hand, though. Ms Yui! Your hand! Your hand!
What?
Good, you're awake.
What? Machida?
That's right. It's Satoshi Mochida.
I
I was still dead and had no idea what's going on. All I knew that there was one of my students, Satoshi Mochida, was here, and he looked concerned. Ms Yui, your hand is.
Well, sorry. You better not tell anybody about that. Yeah.
I finally realized what he was talking about. I was holding Mochida's hand in my. I was holding Mochida's hand in my own and squeezing it awfully tight. That's not his hand. It's his trousers.
Excuse me, please. I'm so sorry.
I found a serious room because Mochida was looking after her and thought he was Sukata. It's no problem though. I have to say, you have a really strong grip, Ms Yui.
Do I now? In the past, I was renowned far and wide for being a weak and dainty young beauty, you know?
Hey, look! hey, look! You can actually see the bruise.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Sort of like that. It's sort of like what happened. Maybe that's the mark. Maybe that's her marker when she dies.
Oh yeah, that's maybe a mark for when the cabinet falls on her.
Yeah, her arm gets hurt, yeah.
Foreshadowing! How exactly do I respond to that?
Well, you could say something nice.
Mochida was a good student. He and I got along well, and we were already falling back into our usual pattern of good-natured ribbon, except... Oh, I remember that!
Wait a minute. Why are you here, Mochida?
Well, that's... I told you earlier, didn't
I?
I guess I shouldn't be surprised you don't remember anything.
What am I supposed to remember exactly?
Fucking me.
A little while ago, you ate some porridge and I made and took medicine before passing out again. I told you everything then.
You did?
Have you seriously forgotten all of that?
Did you give me the medicine that was in the metal cans?
No, it was one that was in the plastic bag that you bought from the pharmacist.
Oh, then no, I completely forgot.
Don't laugh, jeez. Mochida sighed and pointed at the table. Class notes for Mr. Yamazaki.
Wait, did you come all this way just to deliver those?
Yeah, and when I did, you were in a pretty bad way, so I made you some porridge. Oh, but don't worry, I have permission. Monette said I can borrow your kitchen.
Monette did he?
I stroked Monette's neck and he laid down contentedly on my futon. Such a pretty kitty. I was getting kind of wrapped up in petting him, as I often did. I almost forgot Mochida was here, until he let out a huge sigh. Also, Ms Yui, leaving your front door unlocked is really dangerous.
Oh, was it open?
Yeah, you're lucky I was the one to discover that. You really need to be more careful.
Duly noted. Thanks.
Did I say something funny?
No, you just sound like my mother.
Yikes! I don't think I like the implications there. So cute when your pet is concerned for you and it wants to be sure you're okay. I don't know. Some animals don't feel like that. 90% of the time. I didn't mean to laugh. I must have seemed I must have seemed kind of deranged, but I could always blame it on the fever. Mochida looked at me and let out another sigh. My poor sense of humor must have been getting to him. Well, you sure seem a lot better than you were when I got here. So that's something.
I feel better too.
You slept like a rock, Ms Yui.
That's right. I woke up this morning feeling dizzy and chilled. I called in sick, put up food for Mana, and I don't remember a thing after that.
Oh, you don't remember going to the convenience store?
The convenience store?
Yeah, I found a cold packs and snacks. Let's see. Here, look. The time on the receipt was this morning.
Wow, you're right.
How could you possibly not remember going to the store? Amazing. That's just seriously. You need to pull yourself together. You didn't go on your pajamas or anything, did you?
Well, I don't think I did.
In today's news, a woman was found walking around in a supermarket having many crimes of indecent exposure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to jail.
Don't try and hide behind that laugh.
Sorry. Were you taking care of me this whole time, Machida?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I'm really sorry you had to stay this late.
It was already past 10 in the evening.
Holy shit.
I couldn't believe Mochida had been with me this whole time. I felt both guilty and grateful. I definitely get a new respect for him. There's still a little porridge left if you get hungry.
Thanks.
And I bought these too.
You went to the supermarket?
There wasn't anything in the fridge when I checked, so I figured I might as well.
Ah.
The bag was quite full. Inside was a bottle of orange juice, some bananas, canned peaches, apples, and other assorted fruits.
That's...
Vitamins. When you're as sick as you were, your body needs all the help it can get to fight back. Think of it like medicine.
Machida.
That much fruit couldn't have come cheap, especially for a high schooler. Considered offering to pay him back, but decided against it. I knew he wouldn't take my money, and besides, I really appreciate the fact that he had gone to all this trouble for me. I'd return the favor another time. Tongue twister moan for Setsuna. Yes. If it ever seemed like he was going to be staying late after school, maybe I'd buy him dinner. Or I could help with him with preparations for the school festival. Well, it's getting late. I should go.
Oh, will it be okay? Do you know your way back? If you'd like, I can take you at least part of the way.
It's fine. Just go back to sleep, Ms Yui. You're not better just yet. And besides, it isn't safe for a lady to walk alone at night.
Aw, you're such a sweetie. Seeing how much you care about me makes my heart skip a beat.
Oh, does it now? I'm not sure you should be saying something like that to me, Ms Yui.
Why not?
Michiru and I joke like this a lot. Usually it made him blush and get adorably embarrassed. Not today. Today he just grinned sheepishly with a mischievous glint in his eye. I didn't quite get it. What was his angle? Who's Tsukasa, Ms Yui? Is he your boyfriend?
How do you...
You kept calling his name in your sleep. Tsukasa, you cried. Lost in some sort of wonderful dream.
What?
So, who is he? That crafty Mochida had turned the tables on me, and how embarrassingly to know that I've been calling him Tsukasa's name.
Well...
Uh-oh, Ms Yui's fallen for sad is she for looking after her in this awkward moment here. I hesitated to answer for a moment, but then figured, what the hell, why not?
Tsukasa was my first love.
Oh? Just about the actions earlier, you must have been seriously head over heels for him.
What? Why?
Well, when I got here, you thought I was Tsukasa. It was unbelievable.
What? What are you saying?
Miss Yui, your face is beet red.
That's just my fever, I swear.
Well, from this chapter, you have some new HD models. Well, I don't have them all. This one has maybe the same amount as the ones in Corpse Party, or a little bit less, I think. Well, that's fine. I'll let you believe whatever you want to believe.
Oh, come on, whatever happened to respecting your elders? You shouldn't mess with adults.
But you're in rare form today. We'd never get to see you like this. I wasn't sure he was ever gonna give me the full story of all the embarrassing things I've been in my fever days. Maybe it was better he didn't. Some of them at least. Yeah, true. Either way, I was in his debt so he could tease me all he wanted. Just this once. Oh crap! I have to get going. Yuka's gonna be really angry with me. She's always suddenly gonna point pictures to him again. No! It's already started!
This is your punishment, Oni-chan.
Thanks for everything. It's dark out, so please be careful on your way home.
No worries! And Ms Yui, be sure you eat right and get better ASAP, you hear me?
Of course, I'll kick this in no time.
Fight the good fight! I gotta go!
Thanks! What a good kid, that Mochida. I better be careful, though. He's my student after all.
Oh, God damn it, Yuka!
Come here, Mana. You sleep with mommy tonight.
Yuka is now possessed by Suchiko and is waiting to suck your soul. No, we made a joke about Yuka actually just sending Sadashi really inappropriate pictures, and she goes to like the extent of stealing people's phones and sending even more appropriate pictures and making Sadashi go completely insane. Where instead, like his friends are now just talking inanimate objects.
I miss you, Tsukasa.
Is that really a chronicle of past events? That's really the best ending from that. Clear. Purgatory.
Right. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to stop there. I have to go now.
Well, that's the end of the stream anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing we got that done in time. Yay!
See you later, Rich.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night, all. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Ugh, Jesus. Anyway, that's the end of this chapter. Since with my schedule, I'm gonna try to go for like we're about halfway through now. So this Sunday we will be doing Purgatory. Then after that, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday will be the last 4 chapters. We can't get the last chapter though until we complete Tooth.
Yes.
So yes, Sunday. So next Sunday will be the last stream of Corpse Party Book of Shadows, and then we have to wait until the next Corpse Party game to be released. But until then, I hope to see you guys on Sunday for again Purgatory, where we get to have Sayaka and Naho.
Ew, no.
No one likes her. So we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.